Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Makakwadash.
And number one is unto our elders and apostles at Gmslv. And a sincere Shalom to Yakin bringing out this word, diligence, and the truth. We come another week up with the spirit and power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, to declare his word amongst the people, man. Hey, to let you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans know that you are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. To let you Edomites know, or you so-called white people, hey, that you have no need for repentance, and the Most High is going to destroy your nation, man. You know, we come another week on Las Vegas, Sin City, hey, where the plague of the locusts dwell, man. Hey, much like in the time of Egypt, Yahweh used Moses, who was our king at that time, hey, to go to Pharaoh, who was the king of the Egyptians, and to tell our people to let our people go, man. But what happened? Pharaoh refused. And because Pharaoh refused and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, the Most High sent plagues upon the Egyptians, man. And and the Most High sent these plagues upon the Egyptians to show his power, man. To show who was the real king upon the earth. Because Pharaoh was an extremely proud man. You know, he believed that since that we were in subjection and captivity under him, that he could basically do whatever he wanted. So the Most High showed his power through Moses, and to exalt him, to exalt himself. So like,
plus, you know, the Pharaoh, he was known for having left-hand power. He had his own magicians, and they was able to do the same things that you can see this devil do today. You know, he could
manipulate weather.
He had weather he had all that, man. But it was all left hand. And he thought that he was on a level of a higher power, man. Until the Most High stepped in through Moses and showed him who the true power is, man. All right, I got a scripture for us to open up. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 96, verse 2. I'll start at 1. It says, "Sing unto the Lord a new song. Sing unto the Lord Yahweh, all the earth. Sing unto the Lord Yahweh, bless his name. Shew forth his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the heathen, his wonders among all people."
That's a lot. I got tied in already. That's what you people, especially like Vocab Malone went to Dallas the other day, that's what you're so upset about. Because the salvation, you see it come upon, that wisdom is coming upon our people in the form of salvation at this moment. And the things that's spoken through the word is going to come to pass because you said everything else the word is talking about coming to pass. And you don't like it. Okay, because you don't want to see your slaves or your employees, however you want to say, you don't want to see them uprise, walk out of your company.
And as the scripture says, that none of these words are going to return unto the Most High void. You know, part of Israel waking up, and that's part of the words, man. That's part of the prophecy of the end times. That Ezekiel 37, man. Revelation 11 and 8, where it says our bodies shall lie in that place that spiritually Sodom and Egypt. You know, 3 days and a half. Hey, that's us waking up out of the graves, out of that sleep, man. And man, having the breaths and the sinews placed back upon us, and we now on the highways and hedges in every major city in America and worldwide, prophesying the downfall of Esau's structure, man. Hey, but the Most High he's slowly breaking down this place, man. Hey, the Most High is he's a genius, man. You know, he's an omnipotent genius. He thinks of every variable, every way on how to destroy a society, and that's exactly what he's doing to this Egypt, man. Hey, because back in the time of ancient Egypt, when we were held captive there, you know, the Most High worked through Moses and brought 10 plagues. You know, it was frogs, lice,
gnats,
flies, boils, darkness.
Turn the river to blood.
Turning the river into blood. You know. Killing of the firstborn. And cattle. You know, and that's what the Most High brought. And when you really take a look into all the plagues that the Most High brought, hey, it was all like I said before, it was all genius, man. Hey, because not only did it mess with the Egyptians physically, hey, and us knowing that none of the plagues touched the children of Israel, you know, what happened? The plagues messed you up mentally, physically, and spiritually, man.
Forgot about darkness too.
Darkness, for example. Having darkness around you. Hey, the scripture said that it was not only darkness, but it was heavy darkness. You know, darkness that the flame of the fire couldn't light. You know? And then when you go into the plague of flies, something as simple as a fly, something as minute as the creature of a fly has such a big impact, man. When you look at the broad scope of what actually happened. Hey, Jake like to barbecue and go out and cook, have cookouts. You know, one fly ruined the whole barbecue, man. So imagine billions of them. Imagine billions of flies. The noise. Imagine the noise of those flies, man. Something that you can't never shake. You know, they're in your hair, they're in your eyes, they're in your ears, your nose.
Like some Somalian.
Tons. That's a plague that you can't get rid of. You know, frogs. And the Most High set predators and prey amongst them, man. Frogs, they eat the flies. And you got lice, where people are constantly itching. You know, getting eaten up because lice is alive. Can the brother grab 2 Esdras 15:11 really quick?
2 Esdras chapter 15 verse 11. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
It says, I will smite Egypt as the plagues of before. Hey, because it's not talking about he gonna smite Egypt back in Africa, man. It's talking about this Egypt. It's talking about this America, man. Because what? America has picked up the customs of all these previous captivities. Whether it be Rome, whether it be the Babylonian Empire, whether it be Greece, the Persian and the Median Empire, hey, including the Egyptian Empire, man. America encapsulate all these previous captivities into one.
Yeah, the Egyptian idols.
Yeah.
You know, Egyptian idols, man. You know, you worship the pagan trinity. That goes back to ancient Egypt. All right, that's Osiris, Horus, and
Semiramis? No.
Horus, Osiris, and slipping me the other one. You know,
Isis Khan. I was thinking it was a woman.
Isis, which is the woman. You know, and then you had Horus, and then they had Osiris.
The sun worship. Sun worship is of Egypt. That's why Sundays are such a huge day to people in this place. That's why they act like it's the Sabbath day. They treat it like it's the Sabbath day, but it's really honoring the sun.
And female worship goes back to Egypt, as well as ancient Babylon. Okay, all of these women wearing makeup and shit, that goes back to Egypt. Okay. It was all type of stuff. Getting tattoos, especially for the dead, that goes back to Egypt. Alright, so it's a lot of Egyptian pagan practices that happen to this very day. Esau basically, he borrowed all those ancient pagan customs, and he took them. He took them and he performed them, but he did it in his own unique way.
Like the holidays too.
Yeah, pagan holidays.
Hey, and in America, I don't know another land besides ancient Egypt that has so many pyramids. It's like 3 or 4 pyramids on this land over here of America.
It's more than that, because the Gad was building a lot of them.
I'm just talking about the ones that mimic.
Not
even the ones that the Northern Kingdom built. I'm talking about the one like at the end of the strip down here, the one in Long Beach, and the one in Memphis. Memphis is the name of the city in Egypt. Right next to the river, just like Memphis is right next to the Mississippi up here. Okay, they placed that there because it reminded them of the same way that the Nile, I think it is.
Yeah, the Nile.
Right next to Memphis, Egypt.
Isn't the obelisk in Washington right from Egypt?
Yeah.
The monument, that's a local.
There's so many different ways you can show that this place is spiritually Egypt. You know, Memphis, and the fact that you have the Mississippi River that passes through it, just like the Nile. Right up on the brink of it, of the city, you got the pyramid over there where the Memphis Grizzlies play. And Memphis was the name of a city in Egypt. Okay? And we can't forget, let me get it real quick. It's Exodus 20:2. I am the Lord thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. That's come on, man.
And there's so many scriptures. I watched the brother Rob from the Northwest camp. He just did a video on it. You know, the house of bondage. And over and over, the scriptures tell you out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You can't use that argument to say that this ain't a house of bondage for the Israelites. And we're over here serving captivity, the whole nation serving captivity, as well as not just the northern kingdom, not just the southern kingdom, the whole nation is serving captivity over here together. It said Israel and Judah were oppressed together. Yeah, it's over here in Egypt, in New Egypt, just like it was in ancient Egypt. That's how you know that this place is brought back and it has this whole same spiritual customs like it did in ancient Egypt.
And it's gonna go down just like ancient Egypt did, man.
Right.
Hey, because the Most High had fury with indignation with ancient Egypt. Hey, that's why the deliverance from this Egypt is gonna be greater than the Egypt that the past Egypt, man.
Yep.
Hey, this deliverance is gonna be way greater, man. Hey, can we get back to that
Second Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth.
God, and that's exactly what the Most High is going to bring upon this place. It says sword, famine, death, and destruction. Sword can be your regular gun. It can be the missiles.
Wrong.
You know, it could be.
They don't have the tribe of Joseph on here. You got his son. You don't have the tribe of Joseph of Israel because Joseph ain't on there.
See, bro, it's not even no.
Let him go.
Yeah, it's not even no point, bro.
Let the old bottle go.
And that's why Jake is gonna get caught up in this, man. Hey, because you got old bottles that come up. Hey, without first off, you don't even understand what it meant. You know, he said, what did he say something about Joseph? But Ephraim is right there. Ephraim and Manasseh is right there.
But don't have him.
What does the prophecy say in Revelation? I mean,
Right, when they named the 12, did they name Joseph?
Oh yeah, it did.
oh yeah, it did, but
But it was still talking about
who did he give the inheritance to?
Thank you.
When he had Ephraim and Manasseh right beside him,
he did Ephraim like
he crossed
this.
his hands.
Yep.
All right, and the one that it was supposed to go to, which was supposed to be Manasseh, but he actually had it on Ephraim. And Joseph tried to ask Jacob, hey, you got it on the wrong one. He's like, no, I know my son. He basically, he already knew. The Spirit was telling him, no, Ephraim is going to get the inheritance. Okay, so, hey, but, you know, that's just minor shit. You know? Jake will find any little thing to nitpick at. But meanwhile, he walking around with a blonde head, basic ass cave woman. Jake, when they get it, Edomite, they don't even try to get the best. You know, he think he winning.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You don't know nothing.
But he gonna catch it too, man. He gonna see the plagues and everything that we talking about, man. All right.
He's gonna be another Jake to die in the wilderness, man. You know, to die here, man. He's just gonna be another Jake. And because we're talking about the plagues of Egypt. Hey, but as you see, you know, our people, they flock to anything that makes them feel good. But when it's something informative and something beneficial to their spirits, and which could potentially save their souls, our people run from it, man. Hey, that shows you how demonic and how confused our people are in the state of their minds, man. Jake is through. You know, where it's obvious. Hey, it's been on the news that Las Vegas has been infested, has caught a plague of locusts. Yet you still have nobody out here in front of the camp trying to figure out what's actually happening spiritually and biblically. With Charlotte, done through. But you have nobody up here. This shows you that our people don't discern the times that we're in.
And that's irony because I know where you about to get. Jake seek for a sign, but when the Lord shows it to him, they still don't see it. Still don't see it. And they'll find excuses around it. Oh, it's just it's about the climate. You know, you got to understand
scientific
what they call it, the study of insects. They're trying to get all scientific about it. Entomology. You got to know entomology. It's a normal occurrence, so it's nothing to worry about. Like, you people are just trying to be, we don't want to hear the Bible. We don't want to hear what the Bible says.
But shit didn't happen last year.
Right. It was just as hot last year.
I'm saying, are you gonna say if you woke up in the morning and you opened up the door early in the morning and you walked outside and you saw that shit right outside your door, would you have that same attitude? Oh well, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
See, you people are you puffed up in this Babylonian juice, man. It got you real pride, man. Real proud, man. And that's why the Most High is gonna bring devastation to this place.
That's why God said this way. America has made you drunk with the wine. Oh, everything gonna be all right. Nothing really happens to this place. But not realizing the prophecies of the Bible are talking about this place being destroyed as the greatest destruction of any land ever on the planet. And you right here in it. Okay? That's the part that we're out here to warn you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans about. The Most High is coming to destroy this place with the greatest destruction ever. And that includes Noah flood and Sodom and Gomorrah and everything else.
It's gonna trump all that.
It's gonna trump all of that because he's enwrapping all of those other those other destructions into this one great destruction. Everything that he's ever done to the planet is about to happen to this place. It's been happening
except the flood.
Except the water part.
And know the whole earth was not going to be destroyed.
The whole earth ain't. Because the scriptures say the earth
abided forever.
Right.
And that's simple. That's something real simple.
But you got to understand the magnitude of the destruction because the flood made whole continents move.
Yeah.
So continents move from shifting to the other side of the world. So imagine what the destruction is going to be like.
Yeah, with
the upcoming destruction.
With the flood of fire, man. So to speak. And that's why the scriptures say is the earth shall move to and fro like a drunkard, man. Because the impact of that power that the Most High is bringing upon this place.
If we didn't even touch on earthquakes that come with something, it'd have to be an earthquake, a major earthquakes that happen to shift the earth that way, right? But we're getting plagues of earthquakes now. Just because there's a plague of flies, don't act like the earth still ain't shaking.
Bro, they just had an earthquake in Philippines, killed 8 people.
Yeah, kind.
Let me get that script for you. I'm gonna start up at 54. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 54. And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway ye say, there cometh a shower, and so it is.
Because you have all your people that, what do you call the people that watch the weather?
Meteorologists.
You have your meteorologists that Esau trust in. They on your news, your local news stations, and telling you, well, you have this percentage of rain. It's gonna be this hot. You got all these people. Esau's trying to basically study the minds or the ways of the Most High. But in him doing that, he truly is never going to understand how the Most High moves.
It says 55, and when ye shall see the south wind blow, ye say there will be heat, and it cometh to pass.
Because also dealing with the currencies, as Esau says in his educational system, he says cold fronts and hot fronts. When the body of air moves, there's cold pressures and hot pressures coming together, create different tornadoes and things of that sort. But Esau does all this, saying, oh well, it's gonna be the weather is gonna be like this a week from now, next month. Hey, but you truly don't understand. You doing all that, but you can't see what's in front of you, man. You can't see the real signs that the Most High is presenting. That the Most High is stirring up as what you call Mother Nature, which is really the Most High moving his the hands and the angels are controlling all this. Hey, they're creating signs and dictating those signs by prophecies, man. That's what's really happening. Hey, but you people are stuck on just seeing the physical aspect of it. You don't see the spirituality within it. That's why they say, oh well, it's Loki's, this always happens. But when does it happen with earthquakes, with tsunamis, with hurricanes, with floods in the Midwest? When does all these things happen at one time with the chip being pushed?
Heat wave.
All in one season, like between the spring and summer. Just in the little time that we've been in both these seasons, it's been happening on the earth. as well as other, and World War III. We ain't even got into the mark of the beast. All these other things that are happening right now in this time. How is this not the end time? Y'all out there tripping, man. How is this not the end? Let me read it, bro. It says, verse 56, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? There's locusts everywhere. There's floods and earthquakes everywhere. These are all the plagues that the Bible spoke of, okay? That would happen and occur in the last days. Okay, you think the Lord ain't coming back? That's one of the prophecies that he's coming back. These things would happen before he comes back. And when he comes back, he's not coming to be nice and play games like y'all think he's coming back for. He's coming back for serious business, to judge the earth and all flesh upon the earth. Okay? You think we're out here because we're just happy, we're waiting for the Lord, and no, man, we're afraid not to get caught up in the things that you rest of you people that aren't taking it seriously gonna get caught up in.
That's right.
That was really that.
Second Esdras chapter 15 and verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the
it's like you, bro, but wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. You people do wickedness and think it's just a regular thing to do. Like there's no payment for that. Because you're not getting judged immediately right now, or you're not sure, or this is whatever, everybody's doing it. You think it's all right. It's not all right. The Lord is going to come back and judge you. He's going to start with the people that know better, and then he's going to move his way on down to everybody else, man. Okay, that's fully engulfed in all the wickedness going on in this place. He's had enough. All right? You got it, bro. It's still on you.
And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Why do you think? No, that's
it says that he will hold his tongue no more. Hey, because the Most High, he's not going to physically speak to you people. You know, he's not going to come down and be like, oh, well, this is happening, this is going to happen after that. No, he's going to send his men. And he's going to send his men to proclaim his words, which is exactly what's happening now, man. Hey, Proverbs 1 tells you that wisdom crieth without she uttereth her voice in the street, in the chief place of concourse. So we are the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father. And we tell you the prophecy. Prophesying is to say before. So we're telling you what's going to come before it actually happens. And you people act like we're crazy. But once these things happen, hey, that Ezekiel 33 and 33, that's what y'all gonna be saying, man. You know, keep on, bro.
Quick, see if I get one real quick. Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Because before every captivity, or before every what you call it?
Deliverance?
Every kingdom went down throughout it. Before every kingdom went down, the Most High sent his prophets out there to basically tell Israel to basically get it together, man, of the dangers that was gonna come. Hey, so what makes you think that the Most High not doing it now?
This is the worst, most wicked country on the earth ever. You think the Most High ain't watching this place just gonna let it flourish forever? With all the things that it contradicts out of the Bible? You really think that he's gonna allow this place to live on forever? Because that's how you people act, like this place is supposed to dwell in all this wickedness forever and ever. And then God ain't gonna say nothing, because in God we trust is on the money. He's coming to destroy this place.
Hey, the American people, they see it as as if America can't do nothing wrong, as if God is actually protecting America, as if he actually likes this place, man. Hey, which was another reason of pride that you Americans got on you, man. You feel as if this place is untouchable. Hey, you declare this land, you declare the Bible as the law of the land, that you break everything in it. And then when somebody brings up a scripture, hey, oh, why are you judging me? Well, first and foremost, this is the job of a prophet to do it. And we're supposed to judge. You know?
Righteous man.
The righteous man judges everything.
Verse 8, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them.
That means the punishments are coming. That just means the punishments are coming for all the wickedness that you do. Now is the time that the prophets are warning you, and clean yourself up. Repent, turn away from all that wickedness, clean yourself up. Because you're gonna be caught up in the punishments that come with doing those wicked things. And he's beginning to show it. People are getting wiped out nowadays, man. You know what I'm saying? Brother said 8 people just got wiped out on the Philippines.
And that wasn't even it was like
an appetizer.
It was like a 5-point something.
That's light shit.
Yeah, and 8 people.
But you don't realize mass death is coming to the earth, man. Mass death. Hundreds of thousands of people are about to die.
Because these epicenters of these earthquakes are about to hit in the middle of these major cities.
Yep.
Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me.
God, and that's really the men of the Lord, man. That's the elect. You know, because only it speaks of Ezekiel 9 and 4. They said a marker of the men that sigh and cry, all the abominations that are done in the midst thereof. It's really only the men of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua are really upset and furious at this place, man. Because we actually see all the wickedness going around. You know, you got homosexuals, gays and lesbians teaching little kids. You know, you got GMOs, you got polluted air and water, you got defilements of the mind of the people, you got women usurping authority over the men. The list goes on and on. You got Esau pushing drugs in our community, whether it be blaming Jake, whether it be weed, crack, or the pharmaceutical industry.
Yep.
You know, you got all these different wicked things happening within the world, and the men of the Lord are the only people mad at it.
Yep.
You know, but then we're the bad guys.
Yeah, but then all the rest of the Christian world, all the other so-called believers want to attack us because we're telling them what the Bible is actually saying. But they ain't pointing out the same things that they can see that's going on that we're pointing out. You know?
Con, that's why the scriptures say they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, man.
Yep.
Because they hate us. They hate the job that we're doing. Hey, well, we hate you people too. Don't forget that. Hey, you have no covering, man. Only the elect have the covering. Lord willing, we be of that number.
Right.
You know, but the scripture says the righteous complain continually. Con, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, Oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
Hey, we warned you, like in Isaiah the 58th chapter, the first verse. We're blowing a trumpet warning you about the abominations and the sins that you're doing, but hey, man, don't do that no more, man. Turn to righteousness, man, please. The Lord is going to kill you.
Yeah.
But what people won't hear us.
But they hearken not, nor incline their ear to turn from their wickedness, to burn no incense unto other gods. Wherefore my fury and my anger was poured forth, and was kindled in the cities of Judah, and in the streets of Jerusalem, and they are wasted and desolate, as at this day.
Yep, all the way to today. And that kindle, meaning like it's not just barely starting the fire, it's the fire is
that's
starting to go.
A kindling, especially in the fire, as the brother was making the analogy. Kindling is when the fire is right before it's about to fully grow into a full flame, man.
Yep.
You know?
He's at the highest level of festivity. For y'all that know that term. He's right there where he's really about to unleash on it now.
Yeah. Hey, because once that kindling is fully sparked, there's no putting it out, man. Well, especially when it's the wrath of the Heavenly Fathers. Was it more than that, bro?
Hey. Oh, go ahead.
Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the sons of the just complain continually.
Keep going.
And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter.
Yep. Right. It says a flock to the slaughter. Hey, like the scripture says, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall surely fall into a ditch, man. Hey, because regular Jake, man, they don't understand that they're following the ways of Esau, which is angering the Most High. You know, because Jake really doesn't have any fight of him if the Most High doesn't put the spirit of himself within Jake, you know? So what? Jake just goes on and goes with the flow, man. You know, they see Esau proclaiming these wicked decrees amongst the people, and they have nothing to say about it because they're scared of getting the backlash from it. They're scared of what the majority is gonna say. You know? Keep on, bro.
I like it. Isaiah 9 and 16. The leaders of my people caused them to err. Okay? You got a lot of false prophets out there. You got a lot of false entertainers that are deceiving you by the spiritual demon Satan. Okay? A lot of false representatives. All right? All these people, even these rappers, all of them, they all are set up by the left hand, man. The wicked Satan, man. Okay? And each of these so-called leaders that you listen to, they all led you to the grave, man, because just think of it. All these men that came and went, what progress have you made? What change has happened? You're still 3/5 according to the Constitution. You're still a 13th Amendment slave. You still got to go to your enemies for the one of all things. You're still getting shot down by the Centurions.
The slave patrol.
Slave patrol. Okay? They keep getting off. The dudes who choked out Eric Garner, they're not getting indicted. They're free. They can continue on with their life, man.
Can they get paid vacation?
Bro, it was this Edomite that killed a Jake, right? And he gets $2,500 every month for the rest of his life for like PTSD or some shit.
Yeah, man. We had one Jake that just got exonerated after, I think, 30 years.
Yeah, yep.
He served
Clear of a
30.
crime that happened in 1990. He just now getting out. They just clearing him because of evidence.
Yeah.
And this is how they treat Jake in America, man.
Hey,
you're
you ain't
guilty.
gonna get no money
You're
for that.
guilty until proven innocent. None of that. So all that marching,
just innocent.
right? All that marching, all that shit that you niggas are doing, and all these fake phony leaders, these people that's leading you, they don't have the true solution for you. That's why you're still in the predicament that you're in.
Jake repeats the same action over and over. But we need to build. We need to march. And,
Get our money
you just keep getting shot, man. You keep getting shot and choked and beat down. You realize that your solution isn't going to work. You know, it's never going to work. What we're doing, this isn't of us, man. This is of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, this wasn't our plan. You know, the Lord instilled this within us, man. This is His plan. This is what He wrote down and is being fulfilled, man. You believe in Martin Luther King Jr. You believe in Malcolm X. You believe in Obama. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle. And what happened to them? All them niggas are dead, man. No progress has been made for Jake. You still in the same conditions, same ghetto, same burial, same reservation.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed.
And they all push the anti-Messiah message. And none of them march to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai.
And when you look at it, if they say they believe in the scriptures, they're not preaching it correctly. You know, because Martin Luther King Jr. or Malcolm King, Michael's like his daughter, bro. You know, Michael, you know, he was in the church, but it was a Christian church, man. Which he was pushing that agenda Esau.
And his homosexual lover writing his speeches.
Exactly.
Do the research, man.
The man that was behind the civil rights movement was being arrested. Clearly a homosexual. It's no coincidence that same platform resurfaced through the so-called Black Lives Matter movement, which was started by what type of niggas? Homosexuals and lesbians, man.
Because that's the first thing they connected to.
Yeah.
That homosexuality or discrimination against homosexuality, the same as discrimination against black skin.
Yeah.
Black people, whatever.
And that's why they added black to the rainbow flag.
Yeah, and brown.
And brown. All right.
And niggas cool with it.
Niggas don't see. They didn't see it. This what happens when you put your trust when you trust in your enemy, man.
God, and you can go down every leader, man. You can go down every leader. Malcolm X, where he believed raising arms, knowing that you can't beat Esau with his weapon.
Being carnal, yeah.
God, being carnal. And what happened to him? He got smoked by his own, one of his own, man. God, Nipsey Hussle, what? He was furthering the agenda of the market of peace, pushing by Esau. Every Jake that you trust in, man, leads you down the wrong road. And Jake eats it up, and they praise him. Hey, but when it's Yahweh Shai, Jake don't want to look at it. He don't want to look at him, man. Go ahead, bro.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grow up at noonday, as the blind grow up in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Hey, you guys are groping. You know what that means? You're reaching for something that you can't see.
That's why I said the blind. Blind in the darkness. You want something. You know you're yearning for it, but you still can't achieve it. Like the blind won't get their sight back. You know?
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore. And no man shall save thee.
I said it all right there. I said it all right there.
Yeah, that's the curse. You can't escape that curse, man. You know, you've had communities that was inhabited by Jake that were actually
Thriving.
good, private communities, and they actually had a good economy. And Esau saw that and was like, "Fuck no, not on my watch,
Not in my country.
not in my country." You know,
Not on my earth.
Like they say, not on my backyard.
yeah, man. and they banished Jake from them neighborhoods. They bombed it, and Jake's still coming with the same argument. Well, we gotta build, we gotta build these businesses, and we need to put the black dollar within black markets.
Equal
so
rights.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit
dude.
don't work.
But then you doing that while asking for reparations from the damn enemy.
With they face on the money.
Yeah.
That's about to collapse, by the way.
Got to build more schools.
It's about to. I got a piece to kind of do what he said. Romans chapter 11, verse 7. But then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, like a blind groping at noonday, looking for something that he can't get his hands on. Right? It says, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. But we have found it. We have been. Well, I can't say found it. The Most High has given it unto us. Okay. The Spirit. We've obtained it. We found it. He woke us up, opened our eyes. Now we can see everything that y'all groping at, that y'all hoping for. We see how it leads back to the Heavenly Father. But you can't see it. You still waiting for it to be, the answer to fall in the palm of your hands. Okay?
Well, this ADOS thing has become another sect. It's a new religion now for Jake, man. You create a religion off of begging your enemy to pay you back for kicking your ass for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Come on, that's how low Jake has been beaten in the society, man. And these niggas are really like debating and fighting and politicking and doing all this shit over some shit that you know that this devil is not gonna do for you. All right? It makes you look very extremely low, man. The Most High is not, hey, you're not going to get reparations from the damn devil, man. Okay? He shows you time in and time out. He does not give two shits when he did against you, man. Because he's still doing it.
It ain't stop. And then he want to take.
He'll give these homosexuals reparations before you, man.
Watch.
He's going to give them 9/11 victims reparations, man. Amalek, they getting it every year.
Yeah.
That shit was false.
But what do you niggas get? In LA, it's basically a job apocalypse for Judah out there right now. Where a lot of the jobs are either shutting down, so Jake is getting laid off, or they're being replaced by Issachar. You know, Issachar worked their ass off.
Better work.
You know? So a lot of the Jakes, they're frustrated, man. So you're still the last hired and the first fired, man. And if Jake ain't got nothing, what he gonna do? He gonna resort to crime. And then and then after that, he got to get put in the system. Now he's an actual slave in the prison the penitentiary, fulfilling the prison industrial complex. This is why the Lord's gonna continue to allow this to happen to you until you figure it out, man. Who your power is, man.
Because really, why Jake wanted to move like this, they really don't want the Most High to be involved. You know? Because what? They want to get the reparations, that means they want Esau to give them it.
But they gonna buy with that money.
God,
Wickedness, they gonna buy wickedness.
The Dave Chappelle episode on niggas getting their reparations was exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Jake is gonna put that money right back into Esau hands.
Yeah.
You know? And that's if it happens.
Watch what would the city girls do with that money? Buy a bunch of fucking, give all that money back to them Koreans, them Asians, okay? Go hit up the clinic and give money to Planned Parenthood.
Buy weed, cigarettes, drink.
Newport has now been the leading cigarette company. That was on Dave Chappelle.
He bought a truckload full of them.
Yeah, because look what faces on your currency, man. The so-called white man. Yeah. So it's always gonna go back to him.
Always.
You know, it's a psychological thing.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Which shows that Jake is defeated, man.
We're talking about a kingdom where so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans rule, man.
Bro,
Yeah,
never
ruling the whole planet.
And everybody else in the planet is your employee. Like I said nicely, PC is your employee. They work for you to make you richer and keep you in power. Like we do for them now.
Forever.
Forever though, but forever, even forever and ever, forever, ever, ever. Okay?
It's on your fringe.
Money?
Nah, but I can.
It's good, it's good.
You want to be righteous, man. You want the laws to be in place too.
Kind.
Hey,
The earth is mourning.
Yeah.
The earth is man, they mourning, man.
You can't breathe out
We acknowledge that y'all the true power that should be ruling over this place, not these damn devils. That's what the locust is doing right now.
Crying for help, bro.
He's grasping on to the fringe, man.
God.
Somebody was reading.
Oh, still on that. That's keep on that. I was on verse 11, right? Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 11. But I will bring them with the mighty hand and stretch the arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
Yeah, this is the modern day Egypt, America, man. And like you see a plague of locusts in Las Vegas, man. You know, the Lord's down in Florida, basically making iguanas, you know, hundreds of thousands of iguanas invade Florida.
Yeah,
Crabs and whatnot. Those are plagues, man. We got the black plague in LA.
Yep.
And other things, you know, what's that, the West Nile virus?
Yep.
You know,
Typhus.
All kinds of plagues, man. All those plagues gonna intensify, man. All right, until you people get scared, man. All right, you know, this locust plague, you know, in Vegas, man. You know, people making jokes about it. You know, going to work, you know, telling me, hey, it's a plague of locusts, man. Like, hey, it's good bait fishing and shit. You know, they downplaying the majesty of the Most High, man. That's why the Most High, and he's doing this on purpose. He see the pride of you people, man. He see what the remarks that y'all making while the Most High is showing himself.
Yep.
But hey, the Lord's gonna, like I said before, we're at the surface level of this thing right now. We ain't really begin to see anything yet.
Yeah.
All these little things that we're seeing, that we're talking about on the earth, this is just phase one. All right, when the Lord was plaguing Egypt, the Lord did it in phases, man. One plague would come and it would shake them up, but then they would be like, we still ain't letting them go. You know? So the Most High was like, all right, Moses, go and dump that on them now. Dump these flies on their ass real quick. The same reaction. But the Most High was hardening their heart on purpose so that they could see His power, man. These people, they're seeing things, but their pride won't allow them to acknowledge the fear, man. They don't want to acknowledge the power. They don't want to give the credit where credit is due.
Yep.
So they rather have a scientific explanation about it to make them psychologically cope with it, man. You know?
Well, it was hot and cold weather, rainy season. It was raining this year, more than this year than the last 10 years. So that's why you see the locusts. And Esau, the plague is gonna be so amplified. Esau ain't gonna have no fucking explanation.
Exactly.
They just gonna say one day, we don't know. You know, like hey,
them Edomite the Edomites that work at NASA.
oh yeah,
Them motherfuckers, they're on a humble tip right now. Because what they seeing out there above this atmosphere, man, they're really like inquiring, they're questioning, they feel a certain way.
And they know that it is far more powerful than what they are and what they got.
Hey, pretty soon they probably just gonna start quitting.
They probably already are.
It's my last day, man.
You know, they probably like, man, these idiot ass people down here, they really don't know what the fuck we seeing out there.
I can't spend too much more time up there, man. I gotta go prepare myself for this shit, man. I don't know what to do.
Just let me finish on verse 12. Verse 12. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall bring upon it.
And punishment. Okay? That's talking about this place here, man. That's not talking about, he already made the reference that he's going to do it as before. So the old Egypt, he did it to, and now he's going to do it to this new spiritually Egypt.
Yeah,
right?
Because America's Egypt, also Rome. But you're gonna have the Edomites, besiege Jake, man, these ghettos. In Babylon, that same thing happened to Jake in the ghetto, Jerusalem. Jerusalem where you Jake dwell at. So it's gonna be a siege, you're gonna get starved out. Sodom and Gomorrah, boy, the Most High gonna send missiles on this place, and burn it up.
Fire and brimstone.
That's the second death, the fire and brimstone. Right?
Shit, ice. Ice is part of the judgment, man.
We don't mean cold water. We talking about the immigration. I don't even know what the ICE stands for. But,
Immigration,
troops, man.
yeah.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah, they're taking your children and putting them in detention centers, and you don't even know what the hell they doing.
Hey, purposely separating you from them. Okay, purposely. All because you're looking for a better life. Oh, by the way, you came back to your own land looking for a better life.
You got simple ass Latinos in ICE, man.
Yeah.
Basically persecuting their own people.
Yep.
So they gotta die.
Border Patrol too.
Hey, there was Roman soldiers that were Jake that was actually fighting against Jake during the Roman Jewish wars, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be sellout niggas, coons that worship Esau. They're gonna be under the commands and orders of Esau. They're gonna be putting hell on you niggas too. Some of them gonna be like, nah, let me throw this batch down. These niggas gonna kill me.
Or Jake might grow a con. Yeah, this ain't right.
Yeah. But you see that happen in a lot of these countries where they got uprisings. The police is almost like, we in this shit too.
Yeah.
Like, we suffering just like them. So they about to throw down, like you said, they'll throw down their badges and be part of the protesters.
Yeah, the once hyperinflation hit, fucking cops, man.
The motivation, the motivation was the good job and the payment, the benefits. But there ain't gonna be no job security. Yeah, job security. There ain't gonna be none of that when the shit hits the fan. Hey, the best part was in the movie World War Z. When they was in there, they just opened a dude up for trying to kidnap his wife or his daughter or whoever it was. And then he saw a cop, he did like this, he put the gun up, he was like this. The cop looked at him and ran up like, you gonna shoot me? He's like, you gonna shoot me? Good. Nah, cause I gotta get to my stuff.
Yeah, he grabbed the cop grabbed some baby food.
He grabbed his own stuff he needed. Yeah, whatever, Pampers, whatever the hell it was, he got what he needed. And that's what's happening. Hey, something that happened with us Jakes, we forget that these cops are actually people too. But they treat themselves like they're RoboCop in the first place. And so we forget also that they're people. But when it comes to the human element, where you gotta survive, they're gonna lay them badges down, man, and go try to protect their own families, and their own selves, and their own lives. Okay? Now some of them are gonna kill you to protect their own, and some are just gonna try to do what they got to protect their own. But they gonna fall back into that human element though.
Yeah. It's 2 Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
And this is Prophet Ezra speaking. Because he understood that he had to be back on earth at the time in which these calamities would hit, man. And he said, woe is me. Meaning like, who gonna save me in those days? You know? Hey, because he understood how serious these plagues are gonna be. How serious these events are gonna be once the Most High really let loose, man. Hey, you gonna see people you know dead on the street, man. You are going to have to fight. You know, hey, for the elect, Lord, when we be the men, hey, the Most High he's gonna fight for us, man. Right. You know, he's gonna lead us in the paths in which we have to go. Hey, but for you people, you're gonna have no covering. It's gonna be times where you just gonna bug out, man. You gonna think you have a solution. Hey, as for example, the preppers. You think you have ways of escaping. You think you have your food stocked up, your weapons stocked up. You know, your safe houses. Hey, but you're not gonna be able to get to those in those days. Every plan that you think is gonna work in that day is going to fail. Literally every plan, man. Hey, you think in the time, well, we gonna gas up and then we gonna head to the mountains. No, you're not. You're gonna be stuck in the city. You're gonna get rounded up. Hey, your kids are gonna be shot in front of you. Hey, your wife is gonna be raped in front of you. Yep. They're gonna torture you, man. Hey, we can't stress it enough that these days coming are serious times, man.
It's gonna be merciless times, man.
Kind.
No mercy upon his name, man. Okay?
Yep. The love of many shall wax cold.
Yep, the love of Matthew 24 chapter. The love of many shall wax cold. You don't have
Wait, back to 2 Ezra. Ecclesiastes 9 verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Yeah, it just happens in a sudden, man. And when you least expect it. Hey, because everything is going to be against you in this day. You know, whether it be the insects, the weather, you know, the animals, the people. Hey, the Most High, you're going to be left out here naked. Completely naked, man. Hey, whether you be old, whether you be young, it don't matter. Hey, whether you LGBTQ, hey, cause y'all gonna all die, man. Y'all all gonna get it, man.
Thus saith the Bible.
Thus saith the scripture.
We ain't gonna
doing nothing. We not gonna touch you at all, man. This is the Most High is gonna do all this. Hey, can brother grab what's that? Zephaniah 1 and I think it's like the last.
Yeah, what you just said, CNN right there.
Yeah.
Edit that part out.
Yeah, edit that shit out.
Last verse, go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1, read down to 3. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence. And the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother.
That old school American spirit, band together, make things all right, help one another, that's out, man. That's out. You know how you see, you know, certain renegades, so whatever you want to call them, they be out there helping. I bring my chainsaw and I'll cut the tree from off the road so we can get past the way to get food to the people down the block. All that shit's out. All of that's gone, man. That whole spirit of America doing that, like the brother said, it's gonna melt away. Okay? That's melted away. And the Egyptian gonna fight against Egypt. The same people gonna fight it themselves.
That old Good Samaritan spirit
That's out.
is out.
Yeah, the Republicans, the Democrats.
We so close
you know,
to civil war.
Civil war, man. Civil war is gonna pop off.
Let that dollar collapse and watch what happens to the people. When that dollar collapses, shall I say.
And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits.
And they're going to have to seek for a higher power to try to find some understanding of what's going on. Because all the basic wisdom and the sciences that you lean upon now ain't going to be able to foretell what's going on. Only the prophets will be able to foretell. They're going to try to upload, go back and bring the internet back, and try to go back and watch our videos and find answers. It's too late. It's too late, man.
Yeah. These higher ups in the political world, man, they worship Egyptian idols. They worship Babylonian idols. You know, they do all types of rituals and stuff like that. And the Lord's gonna take his left hand guidance from them, man.
Yep.
And they ain't gonna have no answers, man.
That's why it says in the Isaiah 47 chapter, it says let the monthly prognosticators, all the astrologers, all the soothsayers, you know, you're gonna try to run to them and they ain't gonna be able to help you, man. Because the Most High controls the power of both sides. Okay? When Moses was in the sight of Pharaoh, Pharaoh was using his magicians, and it was like they was having a face-off. You know? Whose power is more magnified? Well, the Lord showed you whose power was more magnified. Okay?
With the snake.
It's gonna be the same, you know? Because the Lord, see, Esau, he's trying to work on the how could I put it? He's whatever the Most High does on the right hand according to his power, Esau's trying to mimic it on the left hand. You know, he wants to. The Most High is gonna give us spiritual power. He's trying to put a chip in you so you can have power, which really it ain't. You ain't gonna have power. It's gonna be him having power over you. Oh, you got an ailment here? Let me fix that. Don't send up prayers and eat the herbs naturally to heal yourself. No, just put this tracking device in you, and it have these healing properties in it. Let me help you with that. Let me be your God. Okay, that's what he's trying to do right now. But the Most High got his ass right in the palm of his hand, man. Okay. Hey, it says that in Thessalonians, only he that will let will now let until he be taken out of the way. All right.
Yeah, he's home. You did. He quoted for 7 times.
And there was still more in the second episode.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship.
Let me say this real quick. The reason why this scripture is relevant is because a lot of you people, as you see all chaos is happening, nobody can explain nothing, y'all gonna all turn to Esau and to the so-called pharaohs of this Egypt, right? The Edomites, and want answers. FEMA, help us. Tell us what's going on. What should we do? Where should we go? Come right over here and take this. He's going to lead you right to the slaughter.
Turn right to Elon Musk.
Yep, right to the slaughter. Okay? But the prophets that are of your people that are warning you of what's to come before it happens, you don't hear us now. Okay? You got it, bro.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, showing himself that he is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now you know that withhold it, that he might be revealed in this time.
And we're in that time now where he's being revealed. Because he's doing exactly what the scriptures say the devil will be doing.
Right. And he's done in history. And he wrote it down and stamped it, the wicked things that he's done. And we can go back on the internet and look right up what he's done. And we can look at what he's doing today. And we can see where he's trying to go in the future. Okay? And know that he is that man. If not, where and who is he? Okay? If he ain't the devil, who else is the worst man on the planet that their race of people really pushes havoc and wickedness all over the earth? That has enough power to be in control of the earth at the same time to push that wickedness. It's only the so-called white man. Alright?
Verse 7, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
And that's what the problem is right now. That's why people like Vocab Malone gotta come up against the Hebrew Israelites, because we're exposing them completely. Hey, the skirt has been lifted up on you Edomites, man, on America, on you elites, on you so-called, on you Amalekites, on you so-called Jews, okay? We're discovered everything that you've done, all the wickedness that you push on earth. We're calling you out on it, and our power has an answer for everything that you've done. And we're patiently calling you out and waiting for him to execute those things he said, those judgments he said. And you don't like it. We ain't physically did anything but go out on the corner and read the God's book. I'll say it plainly like that. Okay?
Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Did he?
That was the point.
You can read down the verse.
Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, without power and signs and lying wonders.
Right there.
Yeah.
With the lying wonders, you know.
That's that left hand. It's like
The power, man. He's coming with left hand power, and his power is through what? Through his sciences, his media, where he's performing witchcraft on you now. We're trying to downplay this locust situation. Got all you people like, oh, it's just grasshoppers, you know. It's just, you know, it happens in other parts of the world, so it's nothing to worry about. You know?
Yeah, locust is a more terrifying word than grasshopper.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because locust has that, it's biblical, man. It says locust, it don't say grasshopper.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I looked it up, they're in the same family. The difference is locusts fly. What the fuck are these things doing? They flying.
Yeah, grasshoppers.
Grasshoppers just jump.
They jump. Yeah, right.
They jump and land. These motherfuckers are circling and flying and, you know.
Look, flying right there.
You flying, what, about 10 stories?
You got locusts.
You got entire walls being coated.
Yeah, hey, I don't know, I should have sent them so I could do. They had, over by this construction site, this guy swept it like it was trash, bro, up to here.
Like it was a ball of leaves being raked.
Bro, all around the area like that. He was moving it like that. And then have to dust his foot off with it. Like he was breaking leaves in the fall. The mountains and piles full of them. Alive still. Not even dead, but alive still.
Give me a water. Bible shot.
Yeah, man. But Esau's trying to basically keep you niggas asleep. For using that sorcery through the mainstream. He don't want you to actually think about what's going on. And he damn sure doesn't want y'all to even think that this is something biblical.
Yeah, he don't want you.
He doesn't want you to think like that, man.
Or to think that it's a higher power.
Exactly.
That there is a higher power but himself. That's why we read that scriptures. He wants you thinking that he's the higher power. He's controlling everything.
And you got Jake simple ass talking like, oh, so just because this is happening in Vegas, that means that it's the end now? Yeah, you got niggas saying shit like that, like.
Yeah, that's mockery.
And really, that's the scriptures say that in the last day shall come scoffers, walking after their own lust, man. You know, y'all don't even realize that this is the Most High. He's showing you something to keep from. He's trying to give you time. Like, hey, are y'all gonna take the mercy? Y'all gonna take these signs? You gonna hearken to me? You know. But what does it say in Proverbs 1? Somebody can get that.
Yeah.
You know?
And my hand out was stretched out.
Because did it not tell you back in 2nd Ezra 16 how the plagues and the famine and all that? He's doing it for as a scourge for amendment. But it said that you're still gonna continue to be wicked and you're not gonna even be mindful of the scourges. You're gonna try to have some type of scientific explanation about it.
To downplay
to try to downplay what's being done.
Hey, I want to say this. When you read about the locusts that hit ancient Egypt, they came through and wiped out all the vegetation.
Everything.
They came through and wiped out all the vegetation. As soon as they were done, the brother westward went and swept them up out of it. Yeah. And here come the next plague. That was
they did it. Exodus 10.
Yep.
Read that or?
Yeah, 10. You start at the top.
What I call for
Proverbs 1.
We can get that stuff.
Exodus 10 and 1. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him.
Yep. So these were done as signs, omens. Okay. When the Lord shows an omen, He's getting ready to do something powerful, man. Something beyond this world, man. Okay. Beyond your reasoning or understanding. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son's son what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done upon them. I have done among them, that ye may know that how that I am the Lord.
Yep.
And Moses and Aaron came unto Pharaoh and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord power of the Hebrews, how long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, that they may serve me.
Let them go, man. So they can serve their Creator in spirit and truth.
Made me think of when the time of their iniquity had an end.
Yeah.
You know, he had a perpetual hatred for it.
Yep.
Continue forward in the affliction.
Yep. Go ahead.
Else, if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locusts into thy coast. And
by the way, that was not the first plague. We're just reading that one. This is 8th. It's like the 8th plague.
The first one was what? When he put the staff in the water and it turned
Yep.
into blood. Yeah, man. Go ahead, dog.
And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to residue of that which is escaped. And they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth.
Whoa. So that means that it was so many of them that you can't even see the surface of the ground.
Yeah.
You know, just straight, just covered all over it, man.
When you begin to walk across a parking lot, and you hear the crunching of a live and the movement of a live locust, that fucks with your head, man.
You stumble in that case, they stumble in piles.
Yeah.
Piles of
That's what I wanted to show.
Yeah.
As on my phone over there, but that's what I wanted to show. Was that big.
Yep.
And they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill thy houses, and the houses of thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen.
They said that it shall fill their houses. So even inside your home, you had a heavy infestation of locusts all over, flying all through your shit. And we know how they sound when they kicking it in the trees. That shit is loud, man. So you just imagine that it's inside your home. That's what the Egyptians was getting hit with, man. Hey, when they was showing some of the footage of the strip, they was going into, some people was afraid to even open the door because a lot of locusts was coming in.
Yeah.
In certain places, certain casinos, when you go in, there was a whole bunch of locusts all over the casino floor, all on the walls. It was flying all through the casinos.
Yeah.
Certain lights inside.
Come on, man. All in the. You think there was people covering their food and shit, man? You know, the Most High is, hey, he's showing y'all something, man.
That's like you know how a snippet.
Yeah.
You know.
This is just phase one. This is nothing, man. Okay. Now, and while these things are happening, you're still trying to downplay it, and the Lord sees that, man. So that's why He's gonna take it. He's gonna take it up a notch. Okay. Go ahead, Doc.
Nor thy fathers have seen since the day that they were upon the earth until this day. And he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh, and Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare unto us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their power. Knowest thou not yet the Egyptians is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go, serve the Lord your power, but who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young and with our old.
Who are gonna leave? Just y'all or everybody? I mean, we all leave.
Yeah. Because he thought that Moses was saying, like, let me leave from your house. You know, let me leave from out of your house. Let me go and be with them. No, man, he's saying, no. Let us, me and all my family, all the tribes that you are oppressing, release all of them. Let all of them go.
Yep.
He was like, fuck. You know how much of a fortune we had utilizing y'all labor here?
Does that not sound like the Confederacy of the South?
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I ain't giving the North my slaves. You know how rich I am now because of how many plantations and land, because of the free labor that I'm getting.
Wall Street was built on slavery.
Look how rich America is just off the slave labor of Jake. Imagine, you think the elites would let all the Israelites here in America just go? Even if we're not going back to our land, just leave? Hell no.
Now, crazy ass Kanye West, what did he say? If I told everybody to stop buying Gucci or whatever, Louis Vuitton, whatever he said, they would lose, their stock would lose money heavily if I just told all black people. So if you take all the Israelites out of the economy, the shit's gonna collapse in a day.
2/3 is really keeping America afloat.
Third, right? It's no different than Egypt.
And Moses said, We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds will we go, for we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire, and they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail has left.
Yep. And you got to remember, Egypt was very flourishing in vegetation and crops. It was very, it was very
known today.
Yeah. That's how Israel even ended up in Egypt. Because there was a lot of famine that the Lord was plaguing in the land of Canaan, and it forced a lot of people to come down into Egypt. And Egypt was abundant in vegetation.
The beautiful part was the Most High, like the brother was saying, he had that foresight to know, I'm going to send Joseph down there, put him in position so my people could be taken care of.
Yeah.
You know.
So it would be more welcoming for them to come to the land versus them coming as a foreign
Just somebody.
Yeah.
You give them a little more license to be just okay to be cool with everybody.
Yeah.
Well in that land.
Yeah.
Verse 13, and Moses stretched forth his hand, his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts.
Yep. And if y'all remember, right before they came, the winds up here were blowing heavy. A couple weeks ago, the wind was blowing heavy.
And the locusts went up over all the land and rested on all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left, and there remained not any green thing in the trees, and any or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt.
Hey, there's certain orchards out here that are getting attacked by these locusts.
Yeah.
And the media ain't even reporting that. Okay? Certain trees that grow fruits on them out here, they're getting attacked by these locusts.
Yeah.
So what does that leave you with? A famine.
I'm pretty sure.
And everything that we eat here is shipped.
Yeah.
All the food in this desert is shipped. All right, the trucks are bringing it by the loads and transporting it into the desert.
Cold piece of work.
I'm pretty sure in the Midwest they're experiencing locusts, but they're not reporting it because you figure with the floods, with the humidity, and with the heat, it creates that same humidity that's here. So it's but Esau not gonna report that shit because it's not
Most sides select that. Most sides a cold piece of work, bro. Is he gonna take away the vegetation first? So when the economy collapses and the trucks ain't coming bringing the food in that gets shipped in, you're not gonna have nothing else to resort to? You guys don't understand how bad this is gonna get. Okay? Whether he does it that way or whatever way he does it, it's gonna be bad. Okay? It's gonna be bad no matter how he does it. It's not like people don't even really want to go on vacation because shit is fucked up in these other countries. But here in America, shit's starting to fuck up like it is everywhere else too.
America is finally getting what is rightfully deserved of, man. Hey, and this is nothing yet, man. Jake is extremely comfortable within this society. Hey, and this society is about to go down, man. It's about to go down. As the brothers are saying, this is just one plague. Egypt had 10. That means the other 9 are gonna be crazy, man. Jake don't get it.
it's gonna be more than that, bro.
Bro,
Let's just make it clear. It ain't gonna be the exact same replication of ancient Egypt. Basically, what the Lord's saying is, I'm gonna bring plagues.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring multiple plagues on this place, just like I did in ancient Egypt. Okay? These people gonna feel it too, man.
Because they ain't gonna feel it the same way that they felt it in ancient Egypt. They ain't gonna feel it here because everything's GMO, and so a famine like that, vegetation ain't gonna bother you.
Yeah.
These people don't eat fruit and vegetables like that anyway.
Yeah.
They rather eat GMO and processed food. But you see the plague of pestilence and bubonic plague and shit like that. Yeah, they gonna feel it.
Lake Michigan turned into blood, bro.
Yeah, right. Mississippi or something,
Hoover Dam, Lake Mead.
But see, the Hoover Dam and Lake Mead is significant to California, here and Arizona because it supplies all the power.
Power and water.
Yeah. So once that goes, shit, the whole West Coast really. That's a plague in itself.
Power goes, what's that now? Just hypothesizing a little bit. We don't know what the Most High gonna do. His thoughts are not our thoughts; they're above our thoughts. But if the power go from that, that's the plague of darkness now. Yeah.
People don't realize how dark it gets, especially out here in the desert with no lights.
Yeah.
Hey, night plague is darkness.
Yeah.
They're experiencing blackouts in Venezuela.
Yeah.
No parts of South America. So, hey, that's a plague of darkness. In New York a couple weeks ago, they had a plague of darkness.
There's always rolling blackouts in California.
I think Massachusetts had that power outage too.
A lot of people, they just right now, they just not a full power outage, but a lot of people just air conditioning is shutting down. You know, so the Most High is cutting off certain power in air conditioning too.
I got something that was it on we was reading Egypt, right? So Romans chapter 9, I'm gonna start at verse 16. No. Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Yahweh forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High, Yahweh, that showeth mercy. For the scriptures saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout the earth. Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and on whom he will hurt, and on whom he will, he hurteth. Thou wilt say unto me, thou wilt then unto me say, what doeth he yet find fault? For who resisted his will? Okay? You can't resist the will of the Most High, man. So when he's hardening certain people's heart, you think Trump right now would let the blacks go, blacks and Latinos go do their own thing right now? No, he needs you to put the work in to jumpstart this economy. Okay? He ain't just like Pharaoh. He's in the role of Pharaoh right now. Ain't no way he'll let you go. Okay? Right? He's happier with sending you out. Sending the ones that's trying to come in, leaving you out, and working with what he got already caught up in his system here already. Alright? So he's hardening his heart up. You see that happen. Still got no compassion for the people. You saw how he shut down the government before. You don't give two shits. It wasn't because the one lady said, please, Mr. President, help us, turn it back. That had nothing to do with nothing.
Hey, didn't Trump say, was it earlier yesterday, about Jakes in Baltimore? He says, y'all infestation, right? Infestation of rats, something else.
Rat-filled district.
Yeah, he's talking about you Negroes.
Yeah.
And he was talking to a Jake who's in charge of that district. That guy.
Yeah, man. I love it.
Yeah.
He ain't hiding it.
Nope.
You know? Being who he's supposed to be. When are you people gonna wake up and see it for yourself? Obama was bad, Clinton, we know Bush was bad, we know Trump is bad. I'm just naming a few that you know in recent history.
Both Bushes.
Both Bushes, yeah.
Yeah, Obama ain't a Negro.
Right.
He's a Hamite.
Faggot Hamite.
Yeah, man.
Which is part of their culture.
He Ethiopian, a Babylonian, man, which had us in slavery in ancient Babylon.
That was the point about the Most High controlling even Pharaoh hardening his heart. You know, that's why he wouldn't, no matter what plague came upon ancient Egypt, Pharaoh wouldn't let the people go. Until finally the 10th plague hit him, he was like, just get out.
It shows that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, man.
Right.
And because Pharaoh, he was affected by the plagues, man. It's not like he wasn't touched. You know, his son got killed. You know, his firstborn. You know, his magi's and his sorcerers, they were getting touched by it, man. You know? So it's not as if Pharaoh wasn't experiencing the same thing in which his people were. I mean, which his people was. It's just that the Most High put the spirit on Pharaoh to where he just the Most High kept magnifying his power. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna let this hold off of him. I'm gonna just keep going. To show the people who really runs everything.
Somebody gets about 36. See, like I said, people are trying to downplay this as if this has no significance. But just because it's happening in Vegas, that doesn't mean that it's a sign.
It's just
It's you know, and the media is doing a wonderful job putting people to sleep, man. They're trying to spend much time trying to show you how unharmful they are. They're just harmless grasshoppers. They'll go away in a week. That's what they're pushing in the media, man.
If it was serious to the media, they would spend segments.
Yeah.
That shit is like something at the end of the news, after the weather or something.
Not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right before sports, when it's all, they show go rescue puppies from the pound and shit like that right next to this. This is serious, man. It should be the top story.
Bro, they're coating cars,
Right.
walls, casinos, streets. They're attacking fruit orchards, man. They're hitting everything up right now.
They're darkening out street lights, man.
Yeah.
You want that?
You can't go to no gas station without running into a swarm, man. Out here right now.
And they're not making it a big deal because Vegas is still a moneymaker for Esau.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
they don't want to. They don't want to throw away their money.
They hate the fact of people putting that on social media and showing how them doors walking up and down the street. Nobody was really out there in all the images.
Yeah.
The video of them walking up and down the street ain't got that. They ain't showing it because people don't want to be out on the street.
And it's not like it's just one area in Vegas. It's everywhere. Everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Whether it be the airport, whether it be the parks, as the brother said, gas stations, they're everywhere, man.
Yeah.
You want at the top of that chapter or down by the 6th verse?
You can start up at the top and then read all the way down.
It's Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 36. At the top it says, have mercy upon us, O power Yahweh of all.
And that's what we hoping for, man. You should be praying every day for the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai to give you mercy, man. To grant you and your house mercy. Okay? Because the Lord, he's getting ready to show his displeasure, man. Go ahead.
It says, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power.
Yeah. And the Lord he's beginning to show his hand, but these nations, they still think that they're going to be on top. They still think they're going to rule. All right. They think that because they have technology now, that they could just figure everything out.
They think they have a solution for everything.
Yeah, like they have some type of solution. The Most High builded you up just so he can throw you down.
That's right.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says, as thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us.
Yeah, man. Because right now, like the scriptures say, even the prophets are assigned to this world, man. You're seeing the power being magnified through the words that we're speaking. Since we've been out here, since the men of the Lord been out here on the highways and byways for all these years, there's been so much damage being done. But that's not because of us, that's because of the will of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? The Lord gave us the power to utter these words out. And they're being fulfilled. Okay?
It says, and let them know thee as we have known thee.
Yeah, let them know thee as we have known thee.
That most high power.
That almighty power, man. See, people don't know the Most High. And the scripture tell you in Psalms, the 9th chapter, around the 16th verse, it says that the Lord is known by the judgments which he executes. You people don't know judgment. That's why that's why you don't fear, man. You nations need to be humble. and all the people that's up under you. Everybody needs to be humble, man. And what is it going to take to humble you? Well, it says that in 2 Ezra 8, how many great miseries shall be done in the latter times to those that dwell in the world because they walk in great pride, man.
That's right.
So you're going to start seeing just out of the ordinary shit, man. And a lot of people, it's going to be mass casualties, man. You people going to have something to feel pessimistic about. Go ahead, Doc.
And let them know thee as we have known thee.
As we have known thee, man. We know what therefore knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men.
Right.
Go ahead, Doc.
It says, that there is no power, but only thou, O power, Yahweh.
Yep.
Show new signs and make other strange wonders.
Show new signs.
Yep.
And other strange wonders, man.
Signs of prophecies.
Come on. Hey, that was a strange wonder. That footage that y'all seen, which really is not strange to us. We knew what that meant. Going back to this locust, the plague of locusts. The past few nights, they have people showing you the footage of the Luxor, which what is the Luxor? That the pyramid, which symbolizes Egypt, and at the top of it, it has that light.
Yeah.
And you can see it even from outer space, man. That same light was engulfed in locusts, man.
Con, and I know a brother sent it. It was a chariot bite.
Oh, I didn't see that.
A brother,
I think his brother sent it. Yeah.
Yeah, the brother sent it. It was a chariot right by that light.
Wow.
Yeah, con.
See?
I didn't see it, but I heard y'all talking about it.
So that lets you know that the Most High is bringing this, man.
Yeah, it was a chariot right by it.
You know, that's the angel of the Lord doing the work of the Lord, man. The work of the Lord's hands. It was literally it was massive. It was an influx, man. A heavy swarm just hovering over the top of the pinnacle of the Luxor, man, the pyramid.
I know it's because they gravitate to the light, right? So a lot of people are trying to cut their porch lights off, close their blinds up tight, was making it dark outside, extra dark. And they swarm like parking lots. They are swarming these parking lots.
Oh yeah.
Swarming these parking lots. You seen one of the ladies said, of course, where they're heavy at, that's where I parked at. I'm coming out the gym and they're everywhere. It says,
And the spirit is beautiful, man.
Con.
And we seeing his wonders, man. I will hit you. I will smite Egypt as with plagues before, and we established that we in Egypt, and then that Luxor, the pyramid, is getting hit with locusts. Hovering on top of the locusts, man. How?
Yeah, what else? Yeah, what else do you want after that?
Come on, man.
Come on, bro. Yeah.
Who's reading? Finish that verse. What verse you
I'm
at?
6 right now.
Yeah, that's the verse you can start.
Okay, it says, out there I read 7, I looked up at it.
Go ahead.
It says, show new signs and make other strange wonders, glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and power out wrath. Pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Yeah, so these signs of him going to take out the enemy and pour out his wrath. Just like he did in Egypt. Because all them plagues didn't kill everybody in Egypt. So when they mounted up the army to chase after the Israelites in ancient Egypt, they got swallowed up by the sea. When we walked across dry land, they got swallowed up by it. So took that enemy out. It's going to the same place to take this enemy out. No. One more. Make the time short, remember the covenant and let them declare thy wonderful works.
And we're declaring his wonderful works, which you're trying to downplay it right now. But it's all good. Pride goes before a fall, man. Okay? I feel like your haughty look go before, how's it go? Proverbs 16. Pride goes before destruction and the haughty look before a fall. You know?
Yep.
And that's Babylon for you, man. That's Babylon, man. You know, I said as a queen, I'm no widow.
I know the loss of children. Yeah.
Come on, man.
But, but little do you know, you should lose all of that in the moment.
The Lord's gonna change the attitude real quick, man.
It's a good ass chapter.
Now you had one instant thought hoe. She was a Hispanic chick. I guess she's probably a TV personality or whatever, but really she's an instant thought. She had a video. She's in Vegas, and it was a bunch of locusts everywhere. It was like a pile of them on the ground, and one of the simps was like, "Hey, I dare you to run through them and keep your mouth open." You saw that, right?
Yeah, I seen that.
Basically, you getting clout while the Most High is trying to show you something serious. You taking it like, oh, you know, I'm gonna make light of this. I'm gonna make myself the focus of the attention of this whole thing,
and not the wonders,
and not the wonders of the Lord. So the Most High got something special for you proud ass women too.
Yeah, because she started off twerking. Yeah, all in the midst of twerking.
With her fake, put together, manufactured body.
Mrs. Potato Head ass bodies.
Yeah, man.
That's a good chapter. I start.
Get Sirach 43 and 28 and 29.
Sirach 43, chapter 28. It says, "How shall we be able to magnify him? For he is great above all his works." It says, "The Lord Yahweh is terrible and very great and marvelous in his power."
He's great and marvelous in his power, man. And we're trying to declare that to you, man. As his servants. All right, we're trying to tell you, hey, man, don't allow this devil to have you believe that the power of the Lord is limited. You can't put the Most High in a box, man.
That's right, bro.
That's what Christianity does. Okay?
Put restrictions on the Most High.
Yeah, man.
What was that speech? He will not do good, nor will he do evil.
Right.
He gonna do both. He gonna do good to his elect. He gonna do evil to the rest.
Exactly. That's all we're trying to do, but we're doing that so that our people can actually wake the hell up, man. Right. The Lord is actually trying to call you through His men.
Right.
But He knows that the majority of you, because we dealing with a stiff neck and rebellious house, man.
Right.
You know. So hey, when the Lord starts to finally show more of His power, because right now He's showing little bits and pieces of it. You still see people dying. All right, you got brain-eating amoeba diseases.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Flesh eating. Yeah.
You got flesh-eating diseases, man. You know, you got all type of stuff that, like the Lord said in Deuteronomy 28, even the plagues that are not written in His book, man.
Yep.
You people, you're not figuring it out, man. And really, we talking to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the only people we're addressing, man. The heathens, they're eventually gonna see it, man. All right, but right now they're still in their power, so that's why they're in their pride. But they acknowledge what's going on. Shooting niggas, man. You don't see that this is the Lord showing you that He's getting ready to finally release you from His prison. You still fighting to stay in His goddamn prison, man. If you want to, you can get that in the Proverbs.
Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. of the gates. In the city she uttered her words, saying, Hello, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Yeah. Well, you gonna say something?
Done, and that's exactly what's happening now, man. Hey, that's what we're telling you people. How long are y'all gonna continue to indulge in just darkness, man? When are y'all gonna see what's actually happening? When are y'all gonna open your eyes and try
Quiet.
because the news is downplaying as the brother's been saying it, but when are you gonna actually see and hearken into the words, man? Can't you feel it in the air that something is up?
Oh, I gotta find it fast. Okay, I got it quickly. Isaiah chapter 9. No, so like Isaiah chapter 6. Yeah, I told you 9 now. My bad. Isaiah chapter 6, verse 9. It says, where'd it go? Right there. It says, oh, that ain't it. Hold on, bear with me. Hold on.
60 and 2. Isaiah 60 and 2.
60. Isaiah 6 and 9. It says, and he said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not. How do you not see these plagues all over the world and right here in your face? How is this not, you're not seeing the power of the Heavenly Father working in the earth? And okay, we hear about these events happening in the earth, but never has it ever happened all at once. It's only July. It's happening all in July. And it was happening in June. And it's gonna happen in August, in September. And it's gonna get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. It's not getting any better. How do you not see and not take the early warning signs that are out there now? And if you don't see them, there's still men on the corners all over the internet telling you about it, what they truly are, spiritually looking at them the right way.
They make mockery of that.
Yep. It says, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes. And that's what it is. That's why they can't see it. That's why we damn near beating a dead horse. But we can get one more heartbeat or two up out of this city, one more soul up out of this city, one more spirit up out of here, righteous spirit, right?
The Israelite spirit.
That's what I'm saying, an Israelite spirit to wake up, you know? It says, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears, understand with their heart and convert to be healed. What's gonna do that to you? The fear of Yahweh, okay? The fear of his power, what he's doing in the earth. That should convert you. Like we quoted earlier, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You should be persuaded by the miracles and signs that you're seeing. Okay? We are, and we hadn't seen this when we came in. Now, man, what the hell wrong with you people? When we just read it.
Jake, man. And get Ezekiel 12 and 2, and then somebody jump back to we just read it.
Ezekiel 12 and 2, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house.
That's Jake. And you gotta expect that no matter what. Hey, these are the same niggas that when we left Egypt, the Lord was feeding us with quail. He made it rain quail. He fed us with manna. He broke the rock and created sweet water out of it. The Lord was doing all these things for Jake, and they still had no faith, man. They still was complaining. They still had something to say.
Murmured against Aaron and Moses.
Yeah. So it don't matter what the Most High do. These niggas are still gonna be rebellious, man. But the Lord told us to go out there anyway, man. You know, whether they hear it or whether they forbear, man. All right, so go back to Proverbs. Whoever was holding it. Proverbs 1.
Verse 22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
Hey, this life is too damn simple for y'all. Y'all don't get it? Hey, you're losing at the simple life. You you're going to have to wise up and get more complex about what's going on the earth. Okay? What I mean by that is gaining the wisdom of Yahweh Shekhinah Shah, spending your time building up wisdom of righteousness instead of all the knowledge of wickedness that you people practice every goddamn day. Clean yourselves up to make yourself presentable that you may be able to stand before the power when he shows up to the earth. Go ahead, bro.
And the scorners delight in discarding, and fools hate knowledge.
Hey, but what do? They scoff and they scorn, and you delight in it. Hey, that's what the clickbait is. Right?
I wouldn't be surprised if they do a challenge off of this locust plague.
See if you eat one challenge or something.
You never know.
Yeah.
Something stupid.
Eat the plague challenge.
Yeah.
Eat the locust challenge.
Yeah.
You know, just simplicity.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone already did, bro.
Yeah, somebody ate one by now.
You just see the yo, man.
Yeah.
It's reprobate, man. The spirit of rebellion, simplicity. And it says, finally it's set great dignity, man. You see it, especially with Jake, man. Everything is entertaining, everything is funny to us, nigga.
Yep.
But it ain't all funny when the next nigga is getting his head popped off by a local police officer.
Con.
Right.
Then you want to get all serious, man.
Yeah, that's only for a couple days. They get popped right back to sleep.
Then they go right back into it, man. You know? Go ahead,
Verse 23. To you are my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
Yeah,
Because I have come and you refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Hey, and his hand is being stretched out now through us. And guess what? Ain't nobody regarding. You know?
And what is this?
What Jake you see up here, man?
And what is the stretched out hand supposed to do? You stretch out your hand, you're stretching it out to help someone. You're stretching it out to pull them back out the fire, pulling them, giving them assistance.
Hey, we out here edifying locusts right now.
Right.
The locusts are getting edified before you niggas are.
Con.
Go ahead,
Verse 25. For ye have said it not, O my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when you fear coming. When you fear.
Hey, because it's like right now, this is a mockery. What we're doing out here, you people mock us for doing. You know? People look at us as this is a foolish thing. Hey, but it says in 1 Corinthians, it please the Most High, the foolishness of preaching. Okay? Really, you the biggest idiots, and we're going to get that last laugh, man. Or to you that laugh now, for you show more than we.
That's right.
Okay? You might think this is a joke now when you can come on our comment boards and say how long y'all gonna keep teaching that? How long y'all been standing out there?
Hey, they did the same thing to Noah.
Yeah.
They did the same exact thing to Noah, but what happened? As soon as the rain, God.
What's that?
Yeah, like,
Right.
it's wet. Like, it's coming from the sky.
Somebody
yeah.
spit on me?
The same thing Moses
I
was
didn't
talking
spit
about.
on you. Nobody else. You know?
God, bro. Yep. And then they was banging on the door of the ark, man. Hey, same thing Jake gonna do. Hey, man, niggas are always late to everything, bro. Niggas are late to their funerals. Niggas are late paying bills. And niggas gonna be late to hear the word.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's gonna be the death of you, man.
Hey, it even tells you that in the same chapter you was reading, Isaiah 6. Because he said, how long shall it happen? How long shall this be? When he said that when he sent the angel to put a spirit of darkness on him, he said, how long shall this be? And it's going to tell you when Jake is finally going to realize and come to fruition, man.
Yep.
Yeah, let me read it. Verse 11.
Yep.
Isaiah chapter 6, verse 11. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, how long? And he answered, until the cities be wasted without inhabitant,
Yeah.
and the houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate.
When I start fucking shit up, that's when they're gonna, them antennas are gonna finally, raise up. Man. But it's gonna be too late for them.
It says, and the Lord Yahweh have removed men far away, and there be a great forsaking in the midst of the land.
Woo!
Don't forget about
Yeah,
the good land.
because thou hast rejected the Lord Most High, I will reject thy children.
But yet in it shall be a tenth, and it shall return and shall be eaten as a terrible. I don't know. That spell's so different over here.
That's a teal tree.
Teal, okay, as a teal tree, and as an oak whose substance is in them when they cast their leaves, so the holy seed shall be the substance thereof.
Man, that's it.
Yeah, that was it anyway.
And ultimately, when the missiles come, that's when they really gonna figure it out. Like, oh shit.
Destruction imminent. You gonna realize.
Amos chapter 8, verse 10. And I will turn your feasts into mourning and all your songs into lamentations.
Yeah, no more music videos. The Lord's basically gonna take away that mirth.
Yep.
That whole turn up spirit, that party spirit, that A spirit. That shit is gonna be turned to screams, man. Screams and agony. Okay? Crying your eyes out.
And I will bring up sackcloth upon all loins and baldness upon every head.
Hey, that symbolizes the state of mourning. Because that's in the ancient world, that's what we wore when we mourn. All right.
And then some of them shave their heads and put ashes.
And we put ashes on our head. We shaved our heads. That was mourning, man. Emotional distress, anguish. Okay, that's what the Lord is bringing back to the earth, man. Go ahead.
And I will make it as the mourning of an only son, and the end thereof as a bitter day. Behold, the days come, says the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord.
Yep.
And they shall wander from sea.
That was like when it started raining. We're talking about the days of Noah. When it started raining, and they was knocking on the door. That was the famine of the word. You can't get it no more. The doors of mercy are closed.
Sure. Right.
You ain't gonna want it no more. It's here. So when you don't see us on the street, you about to get swept up by the flood. But the flood represents the different plagues and destruction that's gonna come upon you.
Hey, even Enoch, even he prophesied, man.
Exactly.
He even had the testimony. And the Lord basically after that, and that was when you start to see the corruption of the sons of God, Enoch was translated. The Lord basically sealed him up like, all right, let me seal my testimony with him and let me translate him so that he don't get deterred by the corruption of the world. And that was it, man. Then after that, the Lord, raised up Noah. Noah walked with the power. Okay. The rest of the world was engulfed in wickedness. Noah and the Most High was like, hey, these people, they're being corrupt. There's too much violence. All right, there's too much wickedness. There's too much lewdness going on. So you know what? Build this ark. All right, and these are the instructions. All right, this is the measurements that I want you to build, so that you can fit your family. Because I find favor with your house. You're gonna put your family there, and you're gonna have all the different animals. All right, 2 of its kind, male and female, and you're gonna store them in this ark.
Oh yeah, don't forget to bring yourself some food too.
Right.
Just for the application of that.
Right. And after that, after the days of you going out there prophesying and letting these people know that the Lord's getting ready to rain on the earth, I'm gonna shut you up in this ark, you and your family and those animals, and I'm gonna flush this whole entire planet out.
Right.
That was the first death.
Yep.
All right, that was the first death. All right, and you better believe this. The people, the way they are right now, they were the same way back then. There's nothing new under the sun. They didn't take Noah seriously, man. You know? Hey, they probably was spitting on Noah and saying, "Hey, I just found get that rain off of you." You know, you could just using your imagination. They was being assholes back then. Why are you building that? You look crazy. What is this for?
What is that?
You finna take this for a ride? You in the middle of Arrowhead. Well, Slacky, not Arrowhead. That's where it landed.
Yeah.
You know, but he was on land building it.
Yeah, because it was Pangea and there was no
It was large, man.
There was no water.
Yeah, he wasn't next to a coast of water, man.
Yeah.
So
I knew an Armenian woman who said that the ark had landed in Armenia.
yeah, that's where Arrowhead is. Arrowhead, Mount Arrowhead is in Turkey.
But with all due respect, man, I know you guys are out here doing your thing, but I want to present a question, a serious question.
Hey, that's what we out here for.
Regarding this,
Yeah.
sorry, and these nations you have to the left, and you say represent the nations to the right. I'm standing my left, right.
Right.
Can you tell me where in the scriptures or where do you get the idea that these nations represent these tribes?
Genesis 49.
Yeah, Genesis the 49th chapter.
It's kind of little clues spread out.
And it shows what they would be doing in Ogo. He said, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, man. You know, and really, I'm gonna say this too. We could go into it,
Please.
but the Holy Spirit will have to work with you in order to understand it as we're teaching it to you.
Yeah.
If the understanding, if the Spirit is not there, then you might be having, you know, like, because really, this is based on faith.
I was going to say, that's what I was about to
It's
say.
based on faith and spirit.
Right?
You know what I mean? So, just to give you an example, let's deal with let's deal with Asher for a second. Go to Genesis 49.
I got it.
Asher.
Verse 20.
Yeah, the tribe of Asher.
Colombia.
Genesis 49 and
Yeah.
verse 20, it says, out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties. And that's his Naphtali. That was the verse on Asher.
Right. So when you look at the land where
South America.
where these tribes are in South America, they have those dainties there. It's very rich in resources there. Okay.
Dainties? It's a fruit, like the date.
Well,
It's just the resources of the land, really. They have a lot of resources down there. And if you look at where the tribe of Asher, those tribes and countries that those people are in,
Colombia and Uruguay.
right, all of those, as well as Brazil, right? It's all the countries in there. Peru, I believe, is Asher also. That's the bread of the earth. That's the most vast land of South America. They have the most land of it. You know, that tribe has the most land down there. So they have the bread, and then they have all the rich resources of the land down there.
That's why a lot of the countries down there are named after those specific resources. Like Brazil, you get Brazil wood. That's where they got the name from. Yeah. So that's because it was a delicate type of wood that they used for lots of things. They shipped it back to Portugal and Spain. It's another country down there that I did a lesson on it too.
because remember when they was having these conquests to the New World, what do you think that they were using them slaves for? All those resources that was in Brazil, Peru, all those different countries. It was a lot of fruit. There was a lot of sugar. There was sugar cane, tobacco, all those different
So we
things.
have a lot of sugar cane, tobacco, right?
Exactly.
They brought the slaves from the transatlantic slave trade.
Yeah, to harvest it and make money off it.
A lot of them slaves were Nigerians, the Bantu regions of Africa.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I got something to back you up for as far as some of the bywords which they call us, like Argentina, South American nation, the Latin Argentinus of silver, from pi root arg to shine.
Let me say this.
That's Naphtali, right?
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was, when King David, he would send ships. It took about a year and a half to go one way, to ships to go get resources from one region. They knew that this land was rich in all North, Central, and South America was rich in resources. But he was doing it according to our holy land Sabbath, the way the Most High gave it. But when Esau realized that it was over here, they came over here and just tried to, they saw the abundance of it. Like when you go into the history of it, the native, so-called Native Americans, they had to teach them, like, hey man, you better build yourself a house. You better find food. You better find your water source before you start trying to dig up everything. They're just trying to dig up everything, throw it in a boat. It's going to take you too long. You're going to die out here. So they had to kind of civilize them because they saw the abundance of the resources.
Like Mexico, for example, Mexico, colonized by French, Spain, Austrians. Austrians send the royal families to govern Mexico. Uruguay and Argentina both. Mad white people, straight white people in Uruguay and Argentina. So
Brazil was the Portuguese.
When you tell me the chapter Genesis 39 or 49, I'm gonna find all of the similarities that you said. How you compare one nation to one tribe is all in Genesis 49.
Pretty much.
Because when you read the top, this is when
I'll read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Genesis 49:1, and Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
God, what shall befall you in the last days? Okay.
I'm gonna go to Issachar because you brought up the Mexicans.
Go ahead.
Verse 14, it says, Issachar is a strong ass. Now, what is an ass or a donkey? It's pretty much a labor animal, right?
Yeah.
Right? Works hard, strong, right? Smaller in stature. You telling me that and just describe a Mexican? Right? But it says also, crouching down between two burdens. That's Central America, between the two Americas, the North and South America. Okay? It says, and he saw that rest was good. Name him, what is that? You tell me what that is.
That's a siesta.
It's a siesta, bro.
That's the thing in Mexico when
Where did the siesta come from?
They're just hard workers know when they need rest.
It came from Spain. Siesta came from Spain.
the word came from them.
Right.
And the practice was in Argentina.
Practice came from Spain.
All Jake like to chill and relax. And that's just a characteristic of us. That's why I said Jacob is a plain man dwelling in tents.
Can you read to me?
I do it out here in my lunch break. I'll take a 30-minute nap.
That'd be great if everybody could take a break halfway through the shit. That'd be awesome.
But everybody don't think like that.
Can you read to me the Cuba one?
Well, let me wrap this up and I'll get to it for you.
I mean, but are we answering your question though?
Little by little, it's making sense. I'm coming. Got a little bit more.
Right. It says, and he saw that rest was good, and that the land it was pleasant, right? And bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant to tribute. The name Ishashkar means he is higher.
Yeah.
They're great workers. Period, point blank, they are great workers.
You can say that about a lot of people.
But
I agree with you. I agree with you.
In America, who works harder than Mexicans?
I agree with you.
yeah, straight up.
So-called Mexicans.
But you can. I mean,
And they
can
do,
make the argument
they
for a lot
do
of
all of it. They do agriculture.
yeah.
No, Negroes don't. Negroes
Children
don't.
don't like working.
They don't work, bro. They like bossing.
God.
You know, they like
They want to go to the job and be the boss.
Yeah. They walk in first day of the job, that's what you just said, huh?
Yeah.
They're like, do that, you know? It's not in every spirit, right? But you know Joseph is the forefather of Manasseh and Ephraim, right?
Joseph.
He was the son. So he
Who's the son of Joseph?
He was his father. The father of Joseph was Jacob.
Manasseh's Cuban.
Joseph is the father of.
Manasseh and Ephraim.
Yeah, Master.
And Joseph is the son of.
Jacob.
Jacob's Cuban.
Jacob is the son of
Isaac.
Isaac, the son of Abraham.
Right.
Yeah.
Abraham, Isaac,
Jacob.
Jacob, Joseph.
But yeah, when you get to Jacob, but it's also all the different tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, all the ones on the side. But there was also Dan, right? We ain't gonna get into that, but we're gonna say how Joseph had two sons, and the blessing was passed unto them. my funny brother explained it how Ephraim got even though he was the
I
younger.
was watching down the
he
street.
got the
You
older.
were saying that. Yeah.
Right? But just saying this so that when they bring up Joseph, that's talking particularly about them, but also talking about the tribe of Israel, the northern kingdom, because one of the sons of Joseph, Ephraim, is the head tribe of that kingdom. Right? So verse 22, it says, Joseph is a fruitful bow, even fruitful bow by a well, whose branches run over the wall. Now, so I don't think how I explain this.
I mean, the word Ephraim is a Parian, which means fruitful. That's why it's so many of them. Everybody know, the devastation of what they had to endure, by the conquisition. But even within, they still manage. They're still there. And you got a good portion of them all over the East Coast, all over New York.
Yeah.
All the way down to Miami.
Considering how many there are in the small island that they're on, you know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of Ephraimites. So many Ephraimites.
So many of them.
But that's also the Manassites as well. It's also it's both. The tribes.
So what you described there about the fruitful tribes, you're describing the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans.
Because Bridgeport, which is what Puerto Rico means, they have rich in resources.
Or rich harbor.
Cuba had it also.
Yeah.
They had their island was rich in resources as well. But the way things had to be named, it was named differently by the conquistadors, according to what they found valuable in that land, not by the people that were there, because they were going to rename it after themselves or take control of it. And I believe that well. I'm not sure. If somebody knows, but I believe that well is the Gulf down there. So that there's a lot of water down there where it's not really necessarily moving water, like an ocean. Right. But I could be wrong. I don't remember. I heard that breakdown in a while.
So that description, that's where it describes Cuba as being the Mennonite.
One of the sons of Joseph.
And that description that you read was this fruitful.
Right.
That's the only description that you get to tie Cuba to the Mennonites.
Manasseh?
No, there's
it's all types of characteristics throughout the Bible.
We're you still in Genesis 39?
Yeah.
Did you come across Manasseh?
Yeah. Let me keep going. Let me keep going.
Because Manasseh was one of the warrior tribes. Okay, they were known to be skillful in battle and war, just like the Native Americans. All right, and that's another thing about you got a lot of Cuban fighters and boxers that's good in that ring. They're known for their warriors thing.
Another thing,
the revolution from Fidel Castro too. Right? That's a miracle the way Fidel
watch
Castro
what it's about to say.
started.
Watch what it's about to say. But real quick, half of Manasseh, that's how large they were. Half of Manasseh, the Gadites and the Reubenites were on the east side of the River Jordan to protect it from any enemy coming in. So we were over there as the warriors, right? But watch what it says here, though.
I've seen that on the map, right? They spread out on the west and on the east of Israel.
The other tribes were on the western bank of
that was strategic.
Yeah,
since there wasn't fighters.
Because those are the fighters on the east side of it, right? It says the archers have sorely grieved him and shot at him. Didn't we have a missile crisis down there with archers and arrows? Putting archers in over there. You know what I mean? It says,
and that's the modern form of
nuclear missile.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It says, but his bow abode in strength, and the arms of his hands were made strong by the hand of the mighty power of Jacob. From thence the shepherd, the stone of, the shepherd, the stone of Israel. Because Yahweh Shai is going to strengthen them too. Okay? You got to go pick up 12,000 of each tribe. And these Americans, man, I don't think you're going to get 12,000 out of America, out of any tribe. To tell you the truth. Maybe Judah, maybe. But then you're still scattered all over the world trying to put together these tribes.
Talk about Judah. If you got a little more, I'll wait till.
No, that was I think that was pretty much the point.
So talking about Judah. say that the Israelites are only the ones that the Negroes that came through the transatlantic slave trade, correct?
No. It's just the people of the sea to the house of that came down to the house of Judah. All of the
So that
different
can
tribes.
include Ham.
No. Ham
Who is Ham? What nation
Ham
is
is the
Ham?
Africans.
But the Africa is very big. What countries is Ham?
Well, get the sign. We got the sign.
On the sign, yeah. But it's the Canaanites, the Egyptians, the
Cushites.
Ethiopians, and
Mizraim. What do you call the Mizraim? Egyptians.
yeah, here we go.
Put, yeah.
Yep, the Libyans was the other
And
one.
ham means, it's really pronounced hum, which means hot.
Yep, in Hebrew.
Where's the Nigerians?
But the Nigerians, a lot of those were so-called Negroes. A lot of those were when they ran from Roman persecution during 70 AD. They went down to Western Africa, and then they settled in certain lands over there. A lot of the west coast of Africa is where they were, and the way that they knew that they were different than the Hamites, because they couldn't tell strictly by their dark skin, was by the customs they kept. Because those people kept the customs of the Israelites, the Western Africans, which were Israelites. They kept the customs of the Israelites.
Yeah.
They still kept the Sabbath. They still kept certain harvest days, certain feast days.
Let me show you real quick a map. All right, this was a ancient world map going back to the 1700s. On the west coast of Africa, you actually had the whole western coast, or the Gold Coast. What do you see up there? You see Judah. You see, they called it Wida. Judah.
Fort Judah also.
Yeah, the Igbos of Nigeria. Those were Jews. And Igbo is Hebrew. Yeah. All right. And then you got a lot of the Bantus that's in Ghana and them different other parts of Africa. Did you know that Bantu, that language, even though it became what it became, but it has elements of Hebrew contained in that language.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, this book actually
it says that. Yeah.
Let me get it real quick. Let me go to the page.
Start playing that other book. I hope it doesn't do that.
Let me go to it.
Is that Olatunde, whatever it was? Remember that other book you had?
Who that do Equiano?
Yeah, Equiano. Yeah.
Wasn't it a book that we did a video on?
Yeah.
The Negro question part 2. It says the African slave ships that came from Judah, all right, by Libby comes, you can order that. Page 56. It says,
And we're just showing you how secular history recorded the things that we're talking about in the Bible. How we can, when it lines up with the Bible, we can use it to prove our faith even stronger.
So when you say that the Egyptians that fled the Romans through the persecution that populated Nigeria,
no, the Israelites, there was Jews, there wasn't Egyptians. Yeah.
resided in Egypt.
Originally we would reside there because Egypt was always a land that we would go and retreat to.
Like a refuge.
Sometimes we would migrate there,
and if you look,
or sometimes if we were being persecuted, we would flee to the land of Egypt.
Hey, show the map again. If you look where it says, it's in northern Africa.
No, not this one.
No, it's not on that map.
No, this is the west coast.
Well, the other map shows that Egypt is in northern Africa. So Israel is right above that.
Yeah, you don't even need to go over water to get into
run down,
the land of Egypt from the land of Israel.
Hurry up and get next to the next dark people.
Yep.
You blend in, they're going to go through all Africa looking for you. No?
If I can, the reason for the question, I mentioned how Uruguay is pure white people. You can refer to them as the so-called white man, the Edomites, right?
Not all of them.
Not all of them. I talked to you about that 2 weeks ago when I came. I asked you. I said you refer to white people as Edomites, and I said we established that not all white people are Edomites. Right? And then you said it's in the spirit. Right? And then you mentioned Bruce Lee.
Right.
You said obviously Bruce Lee's an Asian man.
Right. But by his spirit you can read in Israel. Right.
Thank you. That's what I'm getting at. Is that you cannot. I say, I believe, you cannot put a nationality on the spirit.
Right.
And these are nationalities on the right here. Dominicans, Haitians, Puerto Ricans, Cubans. Those are nations filled with all different types of spirits.
But here's the thing.
And
if you look at the majority of these people, they have the spirit of Israelites.
A lot of them do.
Because when you look at where they landed when they came over here, in the land that they inhabited, these are those lands. Generally, but when the conquistadors came to mingle, now you have the mixing of what happened, and then the shifting around where everybody's at. Okay, but generally, the seed, which you can notice who is of the seed by the spirit, what we're talking about, you can tell that there are Israelites still. And plus, the curses is a sign that will forever be on our people until the Lord lifts it up off us. And if you look down what's going on in South America, telling me those are the plague, all the same plagues that we're going on up here. And it actually seems lighter up here. That's what I'm saying. It seems a lot lighter up here. But the end of it is going to be a lot worse up here. But they're going through it worse in the time now. They're already going through cannibalism, economy collapse, and all this other stuff down there.
Yeah, real quick, I just wanted to read just a little bit since he inquired on Judah, dealing with the Bantu. And there's the other tribe, you got the Bantus, you got the Yoruba, you got the Limbas, you got all those different the Ashantis, you know. And there's you got Judah, Benjamin, and Levi amongst those Western Africans. We're scattered all over the place.
And they just put that on that side to show you what they would be called today.
Just general.
You know.
What according to what it said in Genesis.
It doesn't mean like
the Asian man's not there.
I know, because the Asians generally aren't us, but we are scattered within the Asians. We are scattered within some of the Edomite nations. We are scattered within some of the
whole world, Bible. The whole world.
Exactly. Amongst all the other types of people. Who even look like they carry their customs and their beliefs against our own people. But at the end of the day, there's rednecks that are us, that hate niggers, but they are us. You know?
Hey, at the end of the day, the Lord is gonna sift. The Lord's gonna sift everything else. The Lord's gonna do all. He's gonna. The Lord scattered only. He only scattered us together. Is precious.
Right.
So those that are chosen, whether they look like an Israelite or not, they're gonna be gathered through this anyway.
It's Matthew 13 and 28. And it reads, it's like 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also.
You can see the differences, and you can really see the constitution of the man. You can see what his spirit's really reading. You can't tell in a child until he starts doing manly ideas coming from his own thoughts, from his own type of spirit that comes from him.
So the servants of the householder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servant said unto him, Wilt thou then that we go up and gather them? But he said, Nay, lest while you gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. That both grow together until the harvest.
And if I may interrupt right there, once you let them grow up, you'll see the maturity of the Judite spirit, of the Israelite spirit within them, or the righteous child of God, Israelite spirit within them, versus the Edomite wicked spirit within them, or whatever other nation they're from.
Gather ye up, let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying,
and what he said is, we're gonna take the ones that we want, put them in the safety with the rest of the Israelites. The ones we don't want, we're usually gonna say right in that chapter.
This is 30. Let both grow together until the harvest, and in the time of harvest I will say to the reapers, gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in the bundles to burn them.
Burn them, get rid of those.
But gather,
and that's a sign of Edomites particularly, but the Hebrew.
Yep.
Okay? Versus his Israelites are going to dwell safe in the barn. Right?
This is continue. But gather the wheat into my barn. Now I'm going to jump down to to 36. No, 36. Then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and the disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man's like. The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. God, Yahushua broke it down to him plain. It's 40. As therefore,
at the top of the chapter, he was talking about they kept asking, why are you speaking in parables? They don't understand. He's like, it's not for them to know it, it's meant for you to know the meaning.
That's why he broke it down to him later.
They were sent away, because everybody else was sent away.
And the Lord he's twofold with his wisdom. Because we bringing it down on a carnal, to a carnal sense, and spiritually, even within Israel, you're going to have tares that the Lord's going to separate. You're going to separate the false prophets from the true prophets. The true followers versus the false followers.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of the world, of the end of this world.
That's right, man. Go.
But all the Israelites, no matter what you look like before, whether you believe or not, you're going to be an Israelite in the kingdom of heaven. If your spirit goes back to your fatherland, you're going to be an Israelite, living in righteousness, living with all the laws and everything, and all the blessings still upon you in the kingdom of heaven.
Somebody get Romans 8:16.
Like the brother said, it's like you can see, it's all about the spirit. You can see an Israelite spirit versus the spirit of a heathen. It's like you ever see like a ghetto ass Asian person? I don't know, we have. You see a ghetto ass Asian person, you know that's different than one of these Asian tourists or somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can see the spirit. You don't, for instance, you only see ghetto ass so-called black people fighting in the street. Then you see Latinos doing it. Then you don't see Asians and Edomites really doing that shit, fighting over weave and shit. You see what I'm saying? So you can see the spirit, even though they're off. You know what I'm saying? But I was just trying to break it down so you could see the
Like rhythm dance.
yeah.
How they carry themselves.
Certain high
dress.
quality of style,
The way they talk.
And why do we accept certain Asians to use the word nigga? Not nigga, but nigga. Why do we? Because we can't deny it feels right coming from inside their spirit. It doesn't come from necessarily a negative place.
China Mac.
China Mac.
Prime example. Certain of the ones that look confusing faces, we call it.
What's the one that rap?
Another nation, but
It's another one that rap too, like Jin or something.
You said,
You
we
talking about?
the Yoruba people in Nigeria. And how you said they're Israelites, they fled from Egypt. You know?
Yeah, I mean, all the Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they all fled out of Jerusalem during the besieging, during 70 AD. We spread all over. We ended up in different. We got people in Morocco. We got people in Algeria, Tunisia, Libya. Our people are all over the place.
You got people.
Now we're not able to pinpoint the exact tribe that they're actually from, but we know that they have to be a part of that.
That brings to the part of like the sacrifices, their spirituality and religion. Ancient Hebrews.
Some of their customs.
Ancient Hebrews, they sacrifice that.
Hey, a lot of people say Irish, like I'll listen to this Irish guy, right? Sound like a Jamaican, or maybe a Levite, or a Haitian. With the way that their dialect sounds, the way that they use their words sounds similar in phonic. You know what I mean?
So if I can understand this, those were Hebrews, but they didn't bring the Christianity part, the power, knowledge to Nigeria. What happened?
What you for? Get the scripture.
They got colonized.
The Yoruba people.
Jeremiah 7:14. 7:14 and 17 and 4.
That was when he started to impose or enforce religion. Just like you got those, you got our people there. You also got Arabs. You got the actual Hamites. And what are the predominant religions that they embrace? Christianity, Islam. So that's what happened, and it kind of assimilates into whatever practice or whatever custom that they have. Sometimes they'll end up, it'll come in and kind of
show itself in the earth.
Alterated, you know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the Yoruba people didn't have the teachings of Yahweh.
Originally?
Originally, sir.
Okay, how do you know that?
Based on
They call God Olodumare. They don't call God.
So what does that translate to?
They call Orumila. Orumila will be basically like the right hand of the Most High, which is Yahweh. To them, it is Orumila. You know.
Okay, Christians
Sifa.
say Jesus.
Right.
They're not saying Yahweh.
Right.
They you still got
So
Jacob
any
amongst
black or
Christians.
Hispanic church.
And let me tell you, and they don't believe in the devil. The Yoruba people.
We've fallen away from the heritage that the Lord gave us too. Bro, grab Jeremiah.
I got it.
Come on.
Jeremiah 17 verse 4, thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
Right, the scripture said we go discontinue from our heritage. Even in the New Testament, the Gentiles, which were Israelites among the heathen, they fell away from the heritage of the scriptures too. That's why they were into doing what the Greeks did. That's why they were into doing what the Romans did. But does that mean they still weren't of the seed of Israel? No, they were partying just like the Greeks.
They were following those Greek gods, Jupiter, what's it, Zeus, and all that stuff.
Hades, all of that.
Yeah.
They were into those philosophies, but they were still Israel. But due to the fact that they were by these heathen nations, they sucked up the energy and the philosophies and customs of those heathens. But does that mean that they weren't Israel? No, they just were in those different wines.
And you gotta think about how things happen in the earth, right? You can always, like, in the time of the Greeks, they figured out, we gotta take them away from their God. So they, Maccabees, colorblind that history, pretty much when Antiochus took the Bibles from us and our heritage and our customs from us.
Con, to back what the brother's saying, Antiochus Epiphanes put out a decree that any Israelite doing what the law basically stated, hey, you were to be killed. Hey, he said you can't. The women can't circumcise their children. He said and if you wanted to sacrifice, you had to sacrifice the meat of swine.
Yeah.
You know, so he was basically breaking down Israel as a nation by removing them from the law and the statutes of their fathers.
Bro, they burned the books.
Time they burned them, and they burned the books.
That's in Maccabees.
So what did they do? As the scriptures say, they consented unto the religion of the Greeks.
Yeah.
Much like Israel scattered everywhere.
Now moving further upon that point, so you had a time period where we were taken away from our heritage and our customs, but then they realized we still move by a power, a higher power. So they had to give us a higher power according to their belief for us to follow, to continue to control us, because they knew we were believing people. So that's what they always did. So now you have all these other deities and gods that we follow. Yeah. But like the brother said, the two main ones was the that's why you see so many what's it called when there's one god?
Atheists? No.
Monotheism. Belief in one God or study of one God. Right? We see that because that's what we have. We have one God. We know that, but we follow after that type of system setup, right? And believe in our gods. Well, that's the same thing with Allah. It's the same thing with Christianity, right? So they use those two to control both sides. And it all stemmed out of the Roman Catholic Church. So that's why you can always see
zeal of the Most High.
To that. Even though there's the other ones that don't want to believe, they just covered all bases with all the different religions.
Yep.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So we had a debate the other day. The brothers Dallas debated with this Calvinist, vocab Malone, basically, right? And he was saying, so not every African
Romans
that
10
was
too.
An Israelite went on a slave ship. You don't have to. We're scattered already. It's the curse still hit us as a people, no matter how it was. Whether they got on a slave ship or we built the ships ourselves, what the Northern Kingdom did, and we sailed all the way to the Americas. Either way, we still ended up in the same predicaments. Okay, go ahead, bro.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
We serve all these other gods that somebody else gave us because they took our heritage away, right?
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known,
So we wasn't serving Yahweh. Keep going.
even wood and stone.
Now you look at wood and stone, a lot of times when you see a crucifix, it was with wood, right? And what was the stone? The cobblestone. Okay, for Islam. The same thing in Muslims circle around, however many times a day, whatever they do.
All that square shit.
Yeah, it's a stone in there. They say it's from space and some other shit, you know? Whatever the lore about that is. Yeah, meteorite, whatever that is, it's the same two many that we serve.
Let me get to that. I believe it was you who mentioned that the Native Americans of this country, Yahweh's name.
But they smoking in there, right? The land was broken down there. They call it Cotahuato.
That's the Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that's how I'm making Yahweh Shai.
They call it the Most High. Some tribes call it Yah or Yahweh. That's how they would say it. They would say Yahweh.
Native Americans.
Native Americans. And then, of course, they dug up the relics here all throughout North America with the Hebrew stones.
Yeah.
The Los Lunas stone in New Mexico had Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew that we
Paleo.
that we use.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Indian tribes of Mexico, the Aztecs down there were sacrificing human beings to the sun.
Right.
Ripping out
So
hearts and shit.
the idea of the sacrifice was still there, but they were doing it in wickedness. Because they were far away, because who were the lawgivers of our nation? The Levites. They were still over in the eastern world. So there was nobody to really dictate the law to them. So they had to just kind of
And what they did was
watered down.
turn back to a lot of the customs from Egypt that they knew living in Egypt, like far as building the pyramids. There's pyramids all throughout Central and South America because they were trying to mimic what they knew, what they're familiar with.
The Aztecs, the Incas, the Mayans.
Yeah. Even the Native Americans do the same thing because there's a lot of pyramids or what they call domes that they built all throughout America.
Caribbean, they had the Tainos, and then I forget the name of the other tribe. The other tribe was like a wicked, evil ass tribe. They would eat them, cannibals and shit.
Yeah, but if you look at the wicked stuff that we had to endure, the captivity leading into this place over here. You know? There was no guard. Like if I eat this dude over here, I'm cannibalism. I'm in cannibalism, whatever. And I eat this. I'm a cannibal. I eat this guy, and there's no punishment for that.
Yeah.
But that's a source of meat.
Yeah.
And it tastes good to me for whatever reason, and there's no punishment for it. God's not coming down and intervening. And I tell you, turn our back on us. Yep.
Ecclesiastes 8:11.
It's Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Only way you know not to do bad is if you get punished for it. Same thing with our people in this life. They do all types of wickedness, but because there's no punishment, they don't know that it's bad. They don't think it's bad.
Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his day be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear Yahweh, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not Yahweh.
And all the wicked things that the indigenous tribes over here were doing, why you think the Most High allowed this devil to come out of the pot of this pit and bring his ass over here and do what he did to them? Because look what the shit that they was doing over here in America.
They came over here to be separate, to try to keep the laws perfectly, but they were corrupt when they got over here. So the devil came on these big ships, and he's like, who's this dog? Big ass ships. Are those the chariots of God? And they came there in a new image of they hadn't seen the Lord yet, because they wasn't over there. Okay, they wasn't over there when the Lord came across the land, but they had the stories known about it. So you can only read about it and imagine. So when they saw them and they said, "Oh, that's about us, but about us." Look, we got the images, we got all the stuff that pertains to it. They believed it. They felt it.
That's the lost tribe.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they never received, no teachings,
No, what you gotta understand.
They remembered at the time.
He said that the Levites weren't there, so they knew the law. So like, say he was the elder, and then he passed it on to his son, and passed it on to his son. The law was watered down, so they were doing stuff like cannibalism because that's not in our laws, but it was watered down because 5 generations down the line they didn't know. They didn't know that was off.
And maybe they missed a lot of the prophecies too that stayed over there. They never got them because they was scattered already.
For example, look at Jake today. Jake is still the same way. You know, the only men that understand the scriptures are the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The Spirit was given up. The Spirit
Go
was
to
given
Ezekiel 37 about the dry bones.
Yep.
We was all dry. We didn't have no moisture. We didn't have the breath of the Lord. We were all dead in our wickedness.
This is Ezekiel 37. Now I started
And some of our tribes, whether in Africa or whether here in the Americas, you have certain tribes that did keep certain traditions that goes back to the commandments. But as a whole, they pretty much lost their way.
Those are enemies. The ones I told you, Taínos and everybody, they're enemies. That's wicked ones.
Right,
It's Romans 10:2. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
That's a moniker of our people. We have a zeal.
Yeah.
We ate 8:16. Right.
This is Romans 8:16. It says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
The Spirit of the Most High bears witness with our personal experience as Israelites that we are the children of the connects. And if you look at how this book is written, it's written in a poetic, rap kind of way. The same analogy, the same like metaphors, written just like we think and talk. Like, yo, that was bananas. You know exactly what I mean. The scriptures is written that way. Hey, that was fire. Right? It's been the same analogy of the
We're talking about waxing fat.
Yeah.
Jake be like, man, my fucking fat.
Yeah.
Y'all ever heard of Hotaway? The Indian Hotaway. Hotaway. The chief Taino over there when the colonizers came, the Spaniards came, colonizing them and enforcing Catholicism. Murdered all these people, raped these women, these children. They knew that in order for them to convert all the Indians to Catholicism, they needed Hotaway to convert. To tell his people, yo, you accept it. They tied up.
It's always gonna be sellouts that allows their society to be infiltrated by the
Check this. So Hathaway, they tied him to the stake. They tied him to a stake and they said, you convert now or we're gonna burn you at the stake. He said, he looked around and told the priest, he said, when I die, am I gonna go to the same heaven as you and all your men? And the priest said, yes. He said, burn. Nowhere near you people. So was he righteous? Is he a righteous man?
It sounds like a man. It sounds like a man.
They brother in the Bible.
Yeah, that's in the Bible.
Apocrypha.
The last two books of the Bible.
It's Ezekiel 37. I'll start at the top. The hand of the Lord was upon me. He carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley with bones and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answer, O Lord, call Yahweh, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live.
That's the same breath.
It says, wisdom is more moving than emotion. She is the breath of the Most High. That's like what it says today. It says, thus saith the Lord, call Yahweh
conduct, ethics. It's a certain way that you have to live, conduct yourself. That's contained in this.
Within yourself and amongst each other, and with the animals and the earth itself. If we're not doing that, as a whole nation.
Continue 6. And put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. And he said unto me, Son of and he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live.
Stop there and somebody get 4. It's the 4th chapter. Yeah. It's basically in these last days, you're seeing those dry bones be brought back.
Say it right. After, to wrap it all up.
Is Ruth 4 and 37. Lo, thy sons come. When thou sentest away, they come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh.
And so it's the word that's being pushed. And for so long, the true understanding of this Bible, it has been without fruit. Everything was, whatever the white man said, whatever history that he wanted to write up, put in history books, the whole world accepted. He covered. He's the one who put that cover and cast over the people. It's like a hidden veil that's covered over the face of the earth, where everybody. There's a lot of things that are out of whack. Like for instance, people think that the new year starts on December 31st or January 1st. That's one lie that he imposed on the world. But that goes back to Janus worship, going back to ancient Rome.
Yeah.
So he has the world under his deception. He named parts of the world. He conquered parts of the world, and he renamed it. Africa was never called Africa. It was never always called Africa. We know that it was a Roman general by the name of Leo Scipio Africanus.
Yep.
All right. Asia was by Asiaticus. Amerigo Vespucci.
What was it called? It was called the land of Asareth prior. America. Remember in the scriptures, it says it's called Asareth.
Yeah,
Asareth.
Which in the Hebrew is a car brought this up, which means another land.
Yep.
Okay. It says you that in Psalms the 49th chapter that he would name these lands after himself. So you got a whole big ass continent full of different nationalities, but they all call themselves African.
Yeah. But see, the white man tells you that, but those people in those countries, they don't even like being called Africans. Right. I'm from Ghana, or I'm from wherever. I'm from. They don't like that shit. That's just the label that Esau puts on them, even though
they know where that label came from.
Yeah,
it comes from Leo Scipio Africanus, who conquered the land over here.
And that's why our people have been in the dark, because they got carried away in Esau's philosophies, teaching them in the school. Yeah, you came from Africa. You was. You
start off as monkeys. That's basic.
Oh yeah. That's
big lies.
More bullshit.
And it's all, and really, it's all just to keep you away from this. Whether you believe they lie or you don't, they confuse you with so many lies, so many different philosophies that don't add up as a truth. As long as it keeps you away from that truth of God, that's all that really matters.
It's Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled unto the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, and broken the everlasting covenant.
All the everlasting covenants are broken. about who runs the world today.
Let me ask y'all, man, one question. I just remember that. What do y'all think about the flat earth?
We don't get into that.
All right.
It has nothing to do with our salvation. All we know as far as what the scriptures say is that the earth is a circle.
Hang up upon a
It
circle.
hang up upon a
A sphere.
I heard y'all talking about the moon landing last week.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but see, that whole flat earth thing is hinging on the lie of NASA going to the moon. And now if you don't believe that, then what else are they lying about? But it don't matter. Because salvation, like I always say, when we were battling flat earthers before, I was like, I don't give a fuck what the shape is, as long as I get salvation off of it.
That's right.
But we know it says the earth hang up upon a circle. When you look at that word, the circle,
The water,
the
bro.
circle of the earth, when you look up that word, it says sphere.
Yes,
One of the-
The water.
And so in your translation of the scriptures, the Yahweh is the Father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yahweh, because he exists. Before him was nothing before him. Yeah, ancient of days, right? But then Yahweh Shai could have meant he is or he exists. But then Yahweh Shai is he exists or he is Savior. Shai at the end of it means, okay, deliverer or Savior, right? And so, but how do you know that power of Yahweh is in Yahweh Shai to have a similar name? Because the miracles he did, okay? And him rising from the dead and all those things that we were not there to see, but are based in faith. But we can see it. I can see it like it's reality.
So when he spoke of my Father, and even when he was crucified, he spoke, Father, forgive them, they don't know what they do. Was that like him speaking to like a higher knowledge, a higher?
He was speaking to the Father.
Yeah. So he was speaking on a level that him and the Father understood more than us down here. Trying to plead our case for us, like, hey, it's a tough life down here. Okay, they gotta live that. Like, them chains is tough. Them temptations is tough.
But like you say, you're speaking to the Father, so you're making an analogy of the point, right? That it's separate.
Exactly.
It's no trend.
It's the same.
I don't
It's the
necessarily
same.
say
They have the same emphasis.
That's my question.
That's why he sits on the right hand of it. Right?
A lot of these Christians say,
Right.
no, it was him, and he came, he brought himself down, and he did that.
Why would I go down there? Why would I create myself to go there? I'm gonna create this and then I go down and now I'm subject to my creation. I gotta deal with the temptations of my creation.
Well, the glory of the Most High is too powerful for him to come down on the earth. We all would, we disintegrate within his presence.
Yeah.
The Most High, the moment the Most High pinky toe reached the firmament, we're done.
Didn't the scripture say when he walked it was like thunder and lightning or something like that? We spoke, yeah, Khan. Whoa.
Yeah, lightning and thunder.
Thunder.
Just by him speaking.
People were like, oh shit, hey, send us somebody to talk to us. And Moses, please. Don't talk to the dude, man. He's crazy. You can't deal with that. It's tormenting.
And right now we're in the process of the Heavenly Father giving us that breath. And that's why we're able to identify who we are. And even because a lot of people still question about, how do y'all correlate this, That's actually found right here in this same chapter with the brothers reading. People are going to be inquiring about that because he said to put it on a stick.
Yeah.
Right, just keep reading.
There's continuing Ezekiel 37th chapter, and it reads, this is 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. And he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried up, and
And they try. They try. Black woman try. Hotep.
Jesus, oh Jesus.
Sweet Jesus.
Right. That's the slave master.
Guadalupe. The rosary beads. Catholicism. Crucifixes everywhere.
Islam, go over there and
Assalamu
be
alaikum.
better Muslim than theirs.
Dry as hell, man. Dry.
Hey, like when we always bring up, what was his name for the outlaws? It's one of
Gaddafi?
Napoleon.
Napoleon.
He speaks better Arabic than some of the Arab brothers. like he devout over there. Like when we get into something, we
Jake
surpass
get
it.
into it.
We surpass the deeds of the wicked. You know, we do they think better than they do their thing.
Hell yeah. Jacob outdo a Hindu in Hinduism.
Yeah.
And like the boxer,
Mexican?
the boxer dude.
Keith Thurman.
The one that got beat up by Pacquiao.
Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman.
He just got whooped.
He's a Hindu and Buddhist.
He's a
Yeah,
Buddhist and a Hindu, man. What the fuck you doing in that religion for you, man? Tried, man. They don't have no breath.
We have atheists in our nation. Agnostic. We believe in God, but we can't know Him because we just man on earth. Like, quit the excuses, man. The miracles, the freaking locusts that are everywhere. That's a miracle of the Most High God. That don't mean nothing to you. That's Him making Himself known unto us, you know.
Continuing. It reads, our bones are dried up. It's like our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves, O my people.
And that's what happened to us. You watch how we woke up. We was like you, before we was like you, we was like you were before you found out. Yeah, don't know nothing. Like we're still together like everybody
We were
else.
just Americans. We was Black Americans or whatever the fuck we thought we were.
Doing smoking, weed,
Smoking,
cigarettes,
eating shrimp,
just whatever
pepperoni pizza.
Americans do. You know? And then one day something happened, and then something clicked. And whether it was a click on the mouse or a click to walk down which street or just something woke up and you seen something.
We heard the teachers,
Yeah.
prophets, man, who the Lord was going to raise up in the last days.
Yep. We heard them, we saw their teachers like, oh, it made sense. But everybody else around you don't see it. And that person be seeing exactly what you saw, but it ain't meant for them. And they don't wake up.
And as far as if you want to inquire more about the sign, there's multiple videos of our teachers going into literally each and every tribe, and they go into all the information, historical books, geography, like and match it up with the prophecies, and you'll be able to. If the Spirit's with you, you'll be able to see it.
I'm gonna read what you gave me.
You can literally just go on YouTube, type in GMS 12 tribes, breakdown, and you're gonna see.
It's numerous.
You can type in really any topic with GMS in front of you. You're gonna get it.
You're gonna get your answer.
Yeah, you're gonna get any video. You're gonna get a video. Just continue.
Well, YouTube
The
been
Lord-
tripping lately though.
The Lord is pouring out His Spirit, you know. But the Lord, He's basically we in the revival of Israel. All right, we're coming back from the dead. For a long time, we were like heathens, man. You know, cannibalism, kidnapping, and hey, the Native Americans, they was kidnapping each other, kidnapping other tribes, and putting them in slavery. That was evil as fuck towards each other, man. But hey, when you read the scriptures, Jake was doing that too.
Yeah.
And even in the ancient
The 49th chapter it said Simeon and Levi are brothers, but instruments of cruelty are between them. The Dominicans and the Haitians share that same island, but they hate each other. Two different time zones. You know? They divided up the time zone between the island, and they both have witchcraft, whether it's the Santeria or the voodoo. Those are instruments of cruelty that they practice over there.
And if you go back to the prophecy, the Most High put them on that island for a purpose. Goes back to the prophecy of them when they raped their Dinah. They raped Dinah, and yeah.
What chapter is that?
That's like numbers.
No, that was in Genesis. I forget the exact which chapter. I think it's in the 40s.
Yeah.
It's in the 40s.
That's why the inheritance went all the way down to the fourth son, which was Judah.
They went off basically.
Yeah.
They're supposed to let that be and let that man, pay his dividend on it.
Yeah.
But Reuben, the eldest son, didn't get it because he Pop the concubine.
Yeah.
Adultery with his father's concubine. So I mean, everything has a purpose. That's how you know it's the truth, because everything lines up according to what the Most High said it should. So everything that they've broken were punished for because they broke a law that we weren't supposed to do.
And then you see, and then we talking about the laws that they break. If you see our people today, like for example, the elder Malcolm said he's a Reubenite, and he even admitted that in the world he was heavy into adultery, or taking someone's woman, and a lot of the traits that go with the different tribes in the scriptures match the traits of Israel today, whether they're wicked or righteous.
David probably one of his boys' wives.
Yeah.
Sent him off to die.
Yeah.
in the war.
Yeah.
Hey, can you tell me real quick, the curse of Ham? That's Noah's son, right?
Right.
So he saw Noah naked.
Right.
Yeah.
And from that,
It wasn't a curse of Ham. It was a curse of Cain.
it was went down to his grandson
Oh,
because of
but-
what his grandfather did.
But
Because of what Ham did,
Right.
it
His grandson
fell on.
got cursed.
what was he? He saw him naked and then went
Yeah,
to
he
go tell
went
the
in there and
brother.
laughed. He was like, "Oh, I saw Daddy."
yeah.
He was
He
supposed to cover up his
Both of the other brothers, they took a garment and they walked backwards and put it on him.
Oh, so they didn't even look at the respect, right? They're like,
Another man's nakedness.
Yeah.
Ham, he looked and laughed
He
at
looked and laughed and was scoffed to his brothers about that So because of that, his grandson got his land taken away, and that became the land of Israel. We took the land of Canaan from him. And that's why you look at when we were going into conquest the land of Canaan, before it came to the land of Israel, it was all Africans. The Philistines and all of was Africans. The Hamites. Came down to That's our original enemy, was the Africans.
Yeah.
Now they're making us the Africans, you know what I mean? So it's like it don't match up. If you don't know the history of where these people come from. But Africans still hate us. They still hate us.
yeah, the Ethiopians and all of them, they're very racist, man.
bunch of katas.
And not only they like Arabs and shit. They're not even really.
Yeah, a lot of them are mixed in with the Arabs, Edomites. Some of them, they got. Some of them are French. It's
Italians.
But then you got the actual Cushites over there. You got some of them acting like they're Jews, just like the Amalekites over there.
Ethiopian Jews.
Yeah. Some of them are actually Jakes, but some of them are just converts, just like those Ashkenazis. Yeah. So hey, if you got any other question, because we about to wrap up. You got, and if you got any more, if you want to go back and check out what we were saying, hey, go on and check it out.
For sure.
Should.
Thank you.
Straight up.
That's literally what we're doing. If no one else in Vegas listens but you, or get edified or wake up or whatever it is, our job is done.
Because the scriptures say that the angels rejoice. One.
All right, y'all. Hey, take care, man. Thank you.
All right.
Good week, man.
All right, so with that, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to you.
Hawa, Bashim Hawashai, Bashim Kakwadash.
Apostles of the great wisdom. Shalom, peace and blessings. To the time that